starting lineup of your favorite show. At producer, 5'11" from Blanchester, the Cow Killer, Casey McCollister. And comic engineer, standing at 4'8", the pride of the West Side, Elliot Rearing. And your host, weighing 150 pounds, soaking wet, from Hamilton, Ohio, Ace Fowler.
Well, hello, and welcome into Off the Bench, presented by United Dairy Farmers. We come to you on a sunny Wednesday morning, here in Hamilton, Ohio. A somber Wednesday morning as Willie Mays passed away yesterday. But the Reds won.
The Reds did win.
If those things equal out, if those things equal each other out.
I mean, that's
not quite.
One of my. I don't know what I'm supposed to say.
We've had a
very
wild,
sad.
We've had a wild morning here. We have a fun show for you today. We're going to talk about the Reds. We're going to rank how Nick Lodolo and Hunter Greene pair up in the National League in terms of rotations. We're talking about Jerry Jones just thrown astray in court at the Cincinnati Bengals. We're going to do Reid's top 5, and that's going to be centered around Hard Knocks facing off against the AFC North. So that's going to be interesting. But a fun show for you guys today, but it is on somber note because one of the greats. It's always sad when one of the absolute greats, one of the top 5 baseball players of all time, Willie Mays, passed away. 660 home runs, 3,200 hits. I think he played 23 seasons. He made 24 All-Star games. That doesn't add up. One of the greatest catches of all time, Willie Mays.
A WAR of 156. He had 10,000 at-bats, almost 11,000 at-bats.
That's insane.
He hit 300 for his career, an OBP of 384 for his career, an OPS plus of 155 for the career. Willie Mays, one of the best to ever do it. And did he play with the Giants his whole career?
He finished with the Mets.
He did finish with the Mets, okay.
So when he came into the league, there were 3 center fielders in New York because there's 3 baseball teams at the time. There were the New York Giants, Brooklyn Dodgers, and the New York Yankees. And they all had Hall of Fame center fielders. Duke Snider for the Dodgers, Willie Mays for the Giants, and Mickey Mantle for the New York Yankees. Would have been an incredible time. He went to war because back then people got drafted and went to war.
That's right.
Even if you were the greatest player in the world, Ted Williams went to war twice. Some fun notes about Willie Mays. He was the godfather of Barry Bonds.
Really?
Barry Bonds' godfather. He's probably the greatest right-handed hitter of all time. Him or Hank Aaron up there. In 1963, I found this out. In 1963, Willie Mays signed a record-setting MLB contract for $105,000. 1963. You know what that's equivalent to today?
What?
$1 million.
Oh, my.
Wow.
Nick Senzel's getting paid more than Willie Mays.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
That's crazy. So Shohei. Same contract.
So is Shohei. That's right.
But yeah, I don't want to drift too far off that subject, but I'm about to. This morning, as everybody knows, I like to complain about my morning commute. And on today's morning commute, it was extended by about 5 minutes because the Tour de France was coming to town. I saw that. I was driving up the road past Ross, as I always do, and all of a sudden I see one biker and I see 2 bike riders, and then all of a sudden, all right, something's going on. And then I get up past around the bend, and there's legit 15 bikers all racing each other. And it was, I'm not going to lie, it was frustrating to see. I don't know how you guys are when it comes to people riding their bicycles on the road. I'm not a fan of it.
I'm not either.
It upsets me because I have to then drive my car into the other lane. To give the biker proper space because I'm not going to rush by the biker. I'm going to be safe about it. And if there is a car coming, then I have to stop my car. And it's bad for everybody. But
my favorite thing about your commute into Hamilton every day
Sure.
is that there are other routes into Hamilton. And you come in every day and complain. There's an old quote about doing the same thing and expecting different results, but I don't.
What is it?
I don't.
Let's say it.
You might be insane.
I think that's a Billy Joel song. I don't even know if it's that. I think that's what you're talking about. You may be right. I may be crazy. But yeah, it was nonsensical. They still have the makeshift traffic light, and that's it. But I by the way, the other ways you speak of, I don't think I have those available to me because that's my way. That's how I get in.
There's not just one road from Ross that gets into Hamilton.
Correct. But I feel like those are my only roads.
Comfort.
Yeah.
Well, like I said, the fact
From
that
my house, those are my only roads.
There's multiple ways. There's
just-
not
it
one
can't be
road.
correct.
The's not just one
Yeah,
road.
but the other ways would add another 15 minutes.
But you complain about how it adds time to your thing anyway. So why not at least try
Correct.
something different?
Because that would also add time. And then we've solved nothing.
Well, at least you're not getting stopped by bikers.
You never know. You
I'd
never
rather
know.
rad 15 minutes than roll for 5 minutes behind bikers.
That's true. That's true.
I also
Everett's saying it wouldn't do that, but I'm pretty. Everett, you have to come in the car with me then. I'll drive you into work one day, and I'll show you.
If you turn left where that highway right at Ross is, and you go like past like where you don't know these places, but like Big Bulls and stuff, and you turn right on New London, it will probably add 3 minutes to your commute.
We'll try it.
I also
I just like I said, it's crazy that you come in every day complaining about your route, and you've never changed.
a bad
it
route.
once.
I mean, he's
You've
only
never-
worked here for a couple weeks. Why would he ever change it?
Correct. It's a bad route. They close that road down constantly.
So, if it's consistently a bad route,
So you're saying it's my fault?
yes.
I think
All
at
right.
some point.
That's fine.
Yeah, or you can go River Road. Yeah, you can turn right and go through Fairfield and stuff like that. That would get you here pretty similar, in similar time.
Isn't that not what I do? I don't know.
You do not take River Road here. You take one. You send pictures on
There's
127 every day.
There's a river road on my house. That's what I was thinking of.
Okay.
So, all right, fine. Whatever. Anything else in the sporting news before I get into headlines?
No, just
Well, the headlines
RIP,
are the sporting news.
RIP to
Makes sense.
Willie Mays, one of the greatest to ever
makes
play.
sense.
I would say top 5 player of all time, best or second best right-handed hitter of all time. RIP Willie Mays.
R.I.P. Willie Mays, indeed. The Reds. They beat the Pirates yesterday 2-1. The Reds had 9 hits, didn't capitalize on a ton of them. The Pirates only managed 4 hits. Nick Lodolo dominant, 7 innings. He only gave up those 4 hits, 1 earned run, striking out 8. Fernando, Cruz, and Alexis Diaz came in to close out the game. Diaz gets his 16th save of the season. Jacob was nervous about it last night. I was nervous about it last night. I think all of the Reds fandom had a collective just deep breath when Alexis Diaz came in, and the second pitch of that first batter almost hit the guy in the shins. But you know what? We fight through it. He went 1, 2, 3. It was a great inning of work, and he gets his 16th save. So good on Alexis Diaz.
Kudos to Luke Maley for going out there for the mound visit. I think
That's
that
right.
really made a difference.
That's right. By the way, and I was watching it, obviously, and I was texting my friends, and I said, you know what? If he blows this one, I'm out. You can send him to AAA. So good on Alexis Diaz.
It is-
And it by the way, just the reactionary fandom when it comes to relievers, very funny. But
It's I have no sympathy for Reds fans because I've seen 16 blown saves.
Yeah, it's brutal.
You have the fewest blown saves in the league. Like,
Yeah.
no one is doing better than you guys.
I know what the stats say, and Diaz only has blown 2 saves himself this year. But I texted Elliot right as soon as he came in. 1-run game, Alexis Diaz coming out of the pen. I've never felt less confident in a reliever.
I felt terrible. I just don't feel good about it because I know
It's ridiculous.
I know there's going to be a base runner. Now last night there wasn't. Almost. He was about an inch away again from hitting a guy, but it's just one of those things where until Alexis Diaz shows me he's just shut down Alexis Diaz like he was at the beginning of last year, I'm still going to have
He
nerves.
did have it at the end last night. After he got through that first
Correct.
batter, he looked
Correct.
like he was, on his game, throwing some pretty solid pitches. So
was-
hopefully he
he
can
was-
claw back. He's had really good
yeah.
stats, but it's just the feeling. The feeling when Alexis Diaz
It,
jogs out of the
it
bullpen.
sounds like you guys like have a boyfriend and you're like he's got a great job, he's really sweet to my family, he gets along with my friends, he's funny, we laugh together, but I don't know, I don't like him.
Yeah, no, pretty much. He was an all-star last year.
You can't explain it, but you have to watch it. Like, stats don't do that guy any justice. You have to watch him pitch. And until you see him almost hit 3 batters in an inning, you won't know what we feel like. Santiago Espinal. How about this young man? The 2-run shot to Mars in the 5th inning was the only source of scoring for the Redlegs. He is the hero. I'll tell you something about Santiago Espinal. He might be, and this is shout out to Twitter Randy. Twitter Randy is my guy, and he tweets at me every time Santiago Espinal does anything of relevance. Santiago Espinal is hitting, 200 for the season. He's just above the Mendoza line.
Good for him.
He's the best Mendoza hitter I've ever seen.
Of all time.
How many clutch hits is this guy? Like, I feel like batters have it the complete opposite of relievers, where every time a reliever does something bad, you remember it. If you're a bad batter, every time you do something good, I'm going to remember it, and I discount the bad.
If you don't play every day, I agree.
Correct.
Well, here's the thing: it's all about expectations. When you have a former All-Star reliever like Alexis Diaz, you expect him to go out there and shut the door down every single time. That doesn't always happen. It's the same reason that though Ellie De La Cruz is probably your best hitter, you feel like he never comes up with the big hit. When your bar for Santiago Espinal is so low, it takes a small little jump to clear it. So that's why you remember it.
That's fair. Was that the shortest home run with a monster bat flip of all time?
Yes.
I mean, that was barely over the outstretched arm into row A, and he pinned that thing like it was in the Allegheny.
Yes. Absolutely silly. By the way, over his last 7 games, he's hitting .286 with an OBP of .286. So
All-Star.
Maybe he's all the way back. He might get an All-Star again if everybody gets hurt like last time. Continuing on, though, you're pro bat flip, right?
It couldn't be more. Okay. I'm not
just
more
making
pro
sure.
anything
That's
in the world
gone,
than that.
right?
Some people still aren't pro bat flip.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
They're against it?
Well, yeah, because they're not even against it like when it gets to the major leagues. They're against it because their kids are now doing it. Like when Steph Curry.
I can understand that.
When you said we were talking about Juan Soto, everyone loves Juan Soto. I was like, I think people don't like Juan Soto because the little Soto shuffle. If you've been to a youth baseball game, every left-handed hitter does the little Soto shuffle now. And it's just wild. It's wild how adaptive these kids are.
I think it's fun.
It's fun. It is fun. I agree.
The Pirates' only run was off the bat of KeBryan Hayes. It was a solo shot. Jonathan India, he added 2 more hits yesterday, including a double. Candelario had a hit, but unfortunately had to leave the game early. David Bell came out afterwards and said it was due to tendinitis. And the injury bug, Jacob, never leaves the Reds. Ever. No matter what you try to do, no matter how many games they play, somebody's just going to leave the game hurt.
Yeah, new game, new night, and I still have the same wish, and it's just the good players on my team, please don't get hurt and play for the Reds, and that's just way, way, way too much to ask, apparently. So
we'll legitimately never be free of it.
I did see a nice change of scenery last night. I have a couple of friends that are Yankees fans, and Aaron Judge's X-ray came back negative, and they knew that meant he didn't have a broken hand. I wish one day I could feel that way about the results of our X-rays.
So if you look at a Sport Track, it's a real-time look at injured players, how much money teams are losing based off of days missed by players. Where do you think the Reds rank on this?
Probably.
Well, a lot of the guys that are hurt are not.
They are 28th out of 30.
They're not making a lot of money though. Like McLean and Noelvi aren't making a lot of money. Candelario is not technically on the IL. He pulled up yesterday. Friedel's still not making a lot of money.
I'm trying to do it by how many days missed by players. They've missed 610 days of due to injuries, which the most is the Rangers. They're at 930.
Wow.
The Boston Red Sox, Yankees, Giants, White Sox, Dodgers, a lot of teams all in the 800s. Athletics, Rays, Pirates, all have had more.
Starting lineup graphic just came out.
For the Redlegs?
Yep.
Oh.
Would you like if I read
Breaking
it to you?
news, sure.
I would love
do
for
your best. I
would love for you to read
This
it.
is so much more important than Sepp Straka's hole-in-one.
Yes, it
This
is.
is breaking news.
This is good by Jimmy.
Will you do it
Dick
like a
Collins.
broadcaster?
Oh yeah, read him in.
I can try my best. Yeah.
Do it like
That's
do it like
second
Syracusan.
Yeah.
Does
Who's
he
that?
get the references?
Pull your best Syracusan.
Who's that?
Reds PA
He's the
announcer.
Reds PA guy.
Well, I don't know
during
how he
games.
does it.
All right,
Try
let's
your best.
talk with a really deep voice.
Yeah, get in there.
All right. Leading off for
Nope.
the.
Nope.
Well, I don't know how he does
Leading
it.
off.
Yeah, get down.
Leading off.
All right.
Use your
You're
chest.
it's your chance to be a broadcaster here.
Yeah, keep adjusting the mic.
Manfred's watching.
Leading off.
There you
There
go.
it
For your Cincinnati Reds, the second baseman, Jonathan India.
Woo!
Like 20 minutes.
This is a good bit. Let's see how long this will take. Come on.
Batting second, the shortstop, Ellie De La Cruz. Batting third, the first baseman, Spencer Steer.
Woo! Put a little inflection on some of these names.
Yeah, give me some spice.
All right. Batting fourth, the designated hitter, Jake the Rake Fraley.
Give me nicknames.
The Rake.
Batting fifth, the third baseman, last night's hero, Santiago Espinal.
Where is he hitting?
Fifth. That's a good lineup.
Oh, my
That's
God.
a good lineup. Santiago Espinal
yeah.
batting fifth.
I forgot to tell you the lineup's not very good.
We're figuring that out in real time.
Oh, my God.
Batting sixth. Casey's favorite player, right fielder, Will Benson.
Billy Baseball.
Yeah.
Billy
All right.
Baseball. Let's go.
Batting seventh. Center fielder, Stu Nick Kirby Fairchild.
What a stray to Curbs. But yeah, go
Love
on.
that.
Let's go. Batting eighth. The big hurt, Jacob Hurdaby.
It's Mother Herb Teresa.
Mother Teresa.
He giggled before he said yes. He saw Hurdabees was in the lineup.
Let's go.
And batting ninth, Luke Maley.
All right.
All right.
That was good.
That's the worst outfield I've ever heard of.
So, 3 hits?
Yeah, right about. Which means they're going to score 12 runs and win going away.
Yeah. Candelario, a guy who, again, injured, not in that lineup. He is hitting .393 over his last 7 games, .820 slug. He's got 3 home runs in that span, 9 RBIs. The last 15 games, he's hitting .340 with a .350 OBP and a .700 slug, 6 home runs, 14 RBIs. He's been phenomenal. And to lose that guy would be devastating. And that's on top of the fact that TJ Friedel's still not ready to roll. So,
And because TJ Friedel's not ready to roll, we have Stuart Fairchild starting in center against a right-handed pitcher. Stuart Fairchild against righties this year, batting .095.
yikes.
How
we
many
take the
at-bats?
44.
Yikes. Yeah, I can't. Listen. I try. The Reds clearly had an idea of how this roster was supposed to be built and who was going to play where and when, and all of that gets thrown out the window when every single one of these players gets hurt, and it just sucks. There's no other word else to use besides bad luck. It's just a bad luck type of deal, and we have to suffer through it. But hopefully Candelario and TJ will be back soon. I don't know. Tendinitis seems like that's a lingering thing.
Bell said neither is expected to go on the IL, so that's at least positive. But we know that means nothing. So
It means nothing to me. People forget Christian Encarnacion Strand was fine.
I think a week, they said.
Fine.
Yeah.
And then he was, 60-day IL. Okay.
Might not play again.
What'd you say?
Might not play again.
Might not play. He probably won't this season. The Reds are back at it this afternoon. 12:35 first pitch. Hunter Greene squares off with Mitch Keller. Hunter Greene is rocking a 3.6 ERA with 89 strikeouts and a 1.18 whip. Mitch Keller, 3.36 ERA, 78 strikeouts, and a 1.25 whip. We'll see you that at 12:35. No radio for us. If you are watching us, though, you can still tune into that game on ESPN 1410 Wing AM. But that's it for the Reds until we get back to them in a bit. Around the league, the Dodgers. I didn't see this game.
Yeah.
I was following it for the first, 6 innings. And I was doing a Casey. I was just checking the box score.
Casey would say he was watching the game.
Correct.
Intently.
And I was just following the box score along and seeing what was happening every once in a while, periodically. And I saw the Rockies were up 9-4.
Yeah.
9-4 heading into the 9th inning. Jason Hayward hit a grand slam in the 9th to cut it to 9-8.
The J. Hay kid.
And then Teoscar Hernandez hit a go-ahead 3-run shot after a botched no-swing call.
I'm surprised you didn't see this. This was so Bud Black, 2 strikes, 2 runners on, 2 outs. Check swing at the top, clearly went. Hips
You
turned.
even call it a check swing?
It was a swing.
He swung.
He
yeah.
swung. Yeah, it was his back clearly across the plane. His hips went. They didn't call it a strike. They didn't say he swung. So Bud Black gets tossed immediately because it should have been game over. The pitcher was celebrating because it should have been game over. The very next pitch, once the play got restarted, 3-run shot. They take a 2-run lead. Right fielder Jake Cave, I believe his name, immediately, the second that the ball went over the fence, started screaming at the first base umpire, pointing at him, yelling obscenities at him. It was great. It was great. We can't show it, but go look it up on
If
Twitter.
you had to rank the dumbest rules, when I say dumb, it's a good rule, but the dumbest, I don't know how to phrase this. Because the no swing or the check swing calls, it's the most subjective call in baseball, right?
No. No.
I feel like the way it gets called, though, is subjective.
Well,
no?
it's all like most things.
Because you're
a strike zone's pretty subjective. Yeah, there's a lot of things that are subjective in baseball, but yeah, I don't know. It's actually one of the easier things to notice because you're right down the line, so you can see if he went. But it is hard to see in real time because some people pull the bat back quicker. It is hard, and it's not reviewable.
Correct.
Which it should be. It should be reviewable.
I think that's my main confusion is like something that's you can so easily tell if they swung or not. Why is that not reviewable?
It's like foul balls aren't reviewable,
Right.
correct? Like,
Yeah.
why isn't that a review? Because I think it's because they don't know what to do. If the ball is called foul and it's a fair ball, they don't know what to do.
Yeah.
Because you blew it dead.
Because if it would have been a double or whatever,
Right, you just like
give them
kind
a
of
single?
guess. Like
Yeah.
you just go like, do we? That would have get in the gap. It would have been a bang bang play. Sure, you take 2 bases. I don't know. It is upset. It's a weird call. No doubt about it.
The Cardinals, they lose 9-8 to the Marlins in 10 innings yesterday. The top 3 of the Cardinals batting order all hit home runs. Donovan, Burleson, and Goldschmidt. Lance Lynn, future Red, almost got rocked. The Phillies, they have taken the first 2 from the Santiago Padres, winning last night 4-3. Nick Castellanos was 4 for 5 with a walk-off double to beat them. But say whatever you want. Nick Castellanos, I like him. I know the Reds fan base hates him, and they think Will Benson's better, but I like Nick Castellanos still. Mariners, they beat the Guardians 8-5. Diamondbacks shut out the Nationals 5-0. The Yankees, they defeat the Orioles 4-2, but lose Aaron Judge, as Jacob alluded to, in the game after taking a fastball to the left hand in the 3rd inning. He was forced to leave. Obviously, those results came back negative. But, again, I trust their people.
It'd be nice.
Would be nice.
to have a medical staff that can read X-rays.
It would be nice. The Blue Jays, they lost to the Red Sox 4-3. Tyler O'Neill homering once again. That's 4 home runs in his last 5 games. The Braves, they survived against the Tigers yet again, winning by a score of 2-1. Yet again. Back-to-back 2-1 losses for the Tigers.
Jimmy,
Jimmy. What are your thoughts on Spencer Schwellenbach's 6 innings of perfection, striking out 7? What are your thoughts there?
Yeah, it was very frustrating. I actually turned the game off after the 5th inning because I didn't think we were going to score. And then, of course, right after I turned the game off, we plated 1 run. So I didn't even see the Tigers run. I watched every inning but the inning that we scored. And, yeah, it was another frustrating, unable to hit the ball. We're hitting since Kerry Carpenter has gone on the DL, we're hitting 200. So not very good.
That's not good at all,
You don't
Jim.
want to be hitting 200 as a team.
No, Jim, that's pretty terrible. What also makes that worse is the Braves scored 2 in the bottom of the 1st, and then they just didn't score again. That's always bad.
Oh, and also all the guys that got hits in the 1st inning, they had 3 hits in the 1st inning, and all of them were with 2 strikes.
Oh, no, Jim.
Not to pile on Detroit over there, but the Celtics won more games in their playoff run than the Pistons won this season.
Okay, that's a stupid stat, though. That was going to be a stat regardless.
Pretty good stat.
But it was
Damn.
Win more than 16 games in an 82-game season, you don't have to worry about it.
But didn't the Wizards not win 6 games too?
That's true. Wizards won 15 games.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's more fun to pile on Detroit. Dumpster city. Continuing on
Still
here.
won a championship more recently than you guys.
What's that?
Still won a championship more recently than Cincinnati.
Okay.
But we do have
Had the
more
Red Wings won in your life?
Yeah.
I know the Pistons have.
Pistons.
The Mets win their 7th straight game since Grimace threw out the first pitch. 7-6, the final score. They beat the Rangers again last night.
I thought that was stupid for games about 1 through 4. The Reds need Grimace to throw out the
It's a
first
thing
pitch
now.
ASAP.
They need Grimace immediately.
No, you can't. That's stolen valor. You can't take Grimace. You
Sure
gotta
you
go
can.
out.
A massive Skyline Coney
Get
mascot.
the Hamburglar to throw out the first pitch.
I was
Wendy?
You ready? The Burger King.
Ooh. And when he
Burger
walks
King.
out.
The Frisch's big boy. Keep it local.
Frisch's big boy, the Taco Bell dog.
Okay.
He catches a frisbee.
Okay.
He catches a frisbee out there, little Chihuahua.
Okay.
Bark, bark.
That was a good bark. The White Sox, they blanked the Astros, significant to some. 2-0 last night. Justin Verlander was placed back on the injured list, and now his $35 million player option for 2025 is in jeopardy. He needs 140 innings. He is at 57. Doesn't look great for Justin Verlander. The Brewers and the Athletics, they both won last night as well. Who cares about them? NHL, things are getting a little bit interesting in the Stanley Cup Finals. The Oilers won 5-3, now trail 3-2 in this series. Connor McDavid had 2 goals and 2 assists in their victory. A guy you shouldn't be afraid
Correct.
of.
The state of Florida, Miami should not be afraid of Connor McDavid. Sunrise, yeah. That whole area, whatever.
They're big. They're big, not Miami.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like, that's a big thing.
How far away is it?
I think about 20 minutes, 15 maybe.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
But not Miami, though.
The entire state of Florida, I guess, should not be afraid of Connor McDavid because he's not very good.
He's 1 point away from breaking the singles playoff run points record.
Nice.
How about that?
He's not the best Oiler of all time, so it doesn't matter.
That's fair. Celtics get up 3-0. You kind of mark that series as over. No one's ever come back from down 3-0 in the NBA. It's happened 3 times in the NHL. So it's
What
at
was the
least
most recent time?
feasible. I think the 90s. No, it happened in 2016
Really?
or 17. Yeah, it happened in the 2010s. So it's at least feasible. And the way McDavid's playing right now, didn't score a goal in the first 3 games, just a couple assists and 2 goals last night, a goal in the game before. So he's turning it on now. Oilers are scary.
Oilers are scary, and I don't think they're going to win the series, but it would be awesome if they did.
I just want a game
For
7.
those who have bets on it.
At this point, I just want a game 7.
Game 7.
Win this game in Edmonton, take it back to Florida. We'll see what happens.
And finally, their final headlines of the day: soccer news. Yes. Euros. Portugal beat Czechia. I don't know how to say it.
Czechia.
2-1. Czechia. 2-1. I don't know if that's a different country. I don't know who they are, but they beat them. Turkey won 3-1 over Georgia. Tough for the SEC.
Live score.
That is tough.
And finally, I forgot to mention this.
In 2 minutes, the United States of America takes on South Africa in cricket.
I wonder if our guy at Oracle could use
Wow.
another PTO to get out there.
Yeah. By the way, FC Cincinnati plays tonight in Cincinnati against Philadelphia. We will be on location doing Man on the Street tonight for FC Cincinnati.
On location before the game, not
Correct.
going to the game.
I'm not going
No,
to
no,
the
no.
game.
Would never.
But we are
I'm
going
going
there
to the game.
before the game. Hopefully their fans get there early so we can leave early. That's what I'm hoping
That
for.
is the main goal.
We're going to be marching with them all the way up to the stadium.
And you're going to be
you guys
singing the
have
song.
to.
I don't
You
know
have
who
to.
we
You
have
have
to
to do that.
You have to do that in the video. If
You
we're
have
going
to.
down there, you have to get
It
footage
discredits
of
the
them.
integrity of the entire video if you don't do it.
Well, I'm still trying to think of bits I can ask these people, and I've got
Why
a
do you
couple.
watch soccer?
I've got a couple. Yeah, like when do you know when the game's over? That's number one because you don't know how much time's left.
The umpire decides.
Correct. Can you explain offsides to me? I know that rule, but I just want to hear them explain it.
gonna
Because
say-
they don't.
Yeah. I would also like to know, do you think you get your money's worth on a 0-0 tie?
Ooh, that's a good question.
Because I don't feel like you do. I feel like every game should go into penalty kicks. So these will be questions I'll be asking. I'll also be asking if they think they're taller than Acosta.
Well, most of them probably are.
I think most of them are.
Yeah.
But that's it for headlines. That is it for your sporting news.
Who are you taking? Are you taking USA or South Africa in the cricket match? USA is plus 475.
Are any of our guys still at work?
Yeah. I mean,
no?
Could they all get off work or not?
Because if they're not at their real jobs, then I'll take USA.
I mean,
I just had the match just started. I was going to give you like top bowler odds and stuff like that,
Oh, no.
or batters to score 50, batters to score 100.
If our best bowler is still in Silicon Valley, we have no chance.
No
But
chance.
I'll rock with the Stars and Stripes if he's out there.
USA top bowler, Ali Khan, plus 280.
Okay.
I'm not going to try to
What does that
pronounce.
entail? What does it take to be the top bowler? A turkey?
So I'm not going to try and pronounce these names for the other USA bowlers. So
Give me one.
I'm going to nope.
Give me one you feel good about.
No.
Just give me one you feel real good about.
Nope. You want to try one, Elliot?
Yeah,
Sure.
give me one, Elliot.
Any of these guys. I've already said Ali Khan.
Okay, hold on, let me. That's Harmeet Singh.
All right.
All right, give me one more.
Jasdeep Singh.
That's Harmeet Singh. And that over there, is there a way to zoom in on that?
Nose Tush Kenji.
There we
I think
there
that's
we
right.
are.
I think that's right.
And that's your cricket segment.
That's
Yeah.
your cricket talk.
Cricket here on Off the Bench. Thank you, United Dairy Farmers, for giving us a job.
But yeah, that's it for the headlines. We'll talk about the Reds. We'll talk about Jerry Jones, and we'll see if the Reds maybe have the best 1-2 starting pitching rotation in baseball. I think there's a chance. It's top 5.
I'm going to give you live updates to this cricket
Let's
match.
go.
South Africa up 1-0.
Wow, that was fast.
What is that?
What's the
How
scoring?
does scoring even work?
I just looked up. I don't know. There was, in the other scores, it said 273 over 3.
That seems like a lot or a little,
I can't.
depending on.
I do have a live Euros update.
All right, keep it over there.
Croatia just scored to tie the game against Albania in the 75th minute.
How are Spaniards doing? Our Spaniards?
They're currently 1-0. I think they play again tomorrow against they play Italy tomorrow, which is going to be a big matchup.
Well, that's a good morrow.
So tomorrow I'll have my
The Cincinnati Reds,
jersey.
Jacob. They played a game last night. I thought it was not a must-win, but it was a can't-lose. That's where I was. That's
I
where
love
my
that
head-
differentiation.
That's
Because it's clearly two different things.
correct. It's very much different. And the Reds did not lose. They won the game 2-1. You could argue maybe they didn't really deserve it when all your runs are off a Santiago Espinal 2-run shot. But saying that, when you have a guy like Nick Lodolo coming out there, and here's the thing. We talk about health regarding Jamir Candelario, TJ Friedel, Matt McClain, the rest of this lineup. If Nick Lodolo and Hunter Greene are able to stay healthy throughout the course of this season, we are going to be okay. And that's my belief. Every Reds fan should get on their knees and pray to God that Nick Lodolo is healthy for the rest of this season. Because if he is one of the best pitchers in baseball. The guy is dominant. His stuff is legit. 8 strikeouts last night. He only allowed 4 hits in an earned run. The earned run was a solo shot.
That eked over the wall.
It really is. No joke. I had skepticism coming into this season about the starting pitching staff, especially after what happened last year. Nobody was healthy. Nobody could go 5 innings. This season, it's completely different. Andrew Abbott, nobody really talks about Andrew Abbott. He's been lights out. Hunter Greene, lights out. And Nick Lodolo, who I could make this strong argument, I know Jacob doesn't think so, might be the ace of the staff. And I know as of right now, if the playoffs started today and the Reds were in Game 1, I do believe, and I think everybody would pretty much agree, Hunter Greene gets that start. But as this season continues, you might see a switch. Because I think Nick Lodolo is that good.
I've never really argued that he might be a better pitcher. It's just what I view the ace as, and I think the bigger name is kind of what comes into play. But he's certainly proving to belong in that discussion. My take up at the Memorial that it's not close has gone out the window as long as he stays healthy. It's certainly a conversation, as long as he can stay out there. The one thing I keep looking at is Hunter Greene has thrown about 20 more innings than him this year. I mean, obviously he just missed those 2 starts with the, I guess, phantom IL stint, we think, earlier in the year to kind of lengthen him out a little bit, keep those innings down, which is good. And maybe we'll see another one of those, soon to try to not get him hurt because we know that's been a struggle for him his whole career. But as long as he's out there, a 2.76 ERA, a WHIP approaching below 1. I mean, there's not many better pitchers in the National League than Nick Lodolo.
Nick Lodolo has not had a start this season where he went less than 5 innings. He's only had 4 5-inning games this season out of all of his starts. The rest have gone 6 or 7. He has not had an outing this season where he's given up more than 4 runs. 4 runs is his max. He gave up 4 against the Giants and 4 against the Orioles. He has been lights out. Everything the Reds fandom has hoped for, he has been. So congratulations to Nick Lodolo. I have full trust in you every single time you're out there, and that's what I took away from last night specifically. Offensively, not much to talk about. Again, Luke Maley did add 2 hits. Shout out to Luke Maley. He's boosting that average a little bit.
As he's played less, he's hit much better.
Correct. And that's the thing. I was going to go to those stats up next, but it's just if the lineup was played the way we had it, the way Nick Krall and David Bell worked on it to be, they would be a playoff team, a bona fide playoff team. But that's not how every season goes. There's going to be bad luck. There's going to be injuries. That's just part of the sports. Luke Maley, over his last 7 games, is hitting .333, a .400 OBP, and a .500 slug. His last 15 games, .260 with a .366 OBP and a .400 slug. He's been much better as of late, and it's because his playing time has dropped. Tyler Stephenson's been seeing more and more at-bats, and Tyler Stephenson's been great himself. So, again, a 2-1 victory over the Pirates in the middle of June. I don't take too much stock into it, but if you can take this series tonight, this afternoon at 12:35, if you're able to do that, then they've done their job. They're playing .500 baseball, which is what I asked. You split with the Guardians, you lose 2-1 to the Brewers, and you beat the Pirates 2-1. And if you do that the rest of the way, you're going to give yourself at least a chance. Because that's what it's all about right now. It's not about securing your playoff spot in the middle of June, because that's not going to happen, and it's not a realistic expectation. But if you're able to play 500 ball and give yourself a chance come August and September, that is when I know we'll have a solid roster, and we can build off this. We have built off this.
I don't want to put too much weight on a series in mid-June, but it feels like winning this Pirates series would be a nice kind of catalyst into the second half of the season. I mean,
I'd agree.
Winning this series, we struggle in PNC all the time. You have a really tough outing against Paul Skeens, who's rolling, is one of the best pitchers in all of baseball right now since he came up. And, you don't really expect to win a game like that, especially with Spires on the mound. Sneaking one yesterday with a gem from Lodolo, just barely a home run from Espinal that gets you a 2-1 win. Diaz, like we said, nails to close that game after the first batter. This feels like a series that if you can sneak this series win, it can really boost this team for the rest of the year.
Yeah, I'll say this. I'm looking at the Reds head-to-head with the Pirates over the past, I don't know how many games this is, but it's a lot of losses. It's a lot of losses. So, if like Jacob said, take this series, show us something, and keep fighting in the division. Because, again, the division's not completely out of it yet. You can still make some noise here. What are you? I think they're 8.5 back. Is that right, Jacob?
I believe so.
Let's see. National League. The Reds are 8 games back, so they're 8 games back in Milwaukee. So yeah, it's all about the fight. Just keep fighting in the division. Anything else? Any other takeaways from that game? Because I really didn't have too much. Other than Santiago Espinal was the hero, and he's not a horrible 200 hitter.
There's really not a lot to talk about other than Nick Lodolo.
Yeah.
I mean, he's the reason we won that game. Obviously, we don't win without Espinal's home run, but I mean, India gets a double in there right before the home run, which I think kind of goes unnoticed just because, we talk about the guy that scores the run, but him getting on base, that's the run that ended up winning the game, so that's obviously massive too. He continues to play very well, made a couple really good defensive plays yesterday. He's really taken a big step on that side of the diamond, and, I don't know. I think it's, kind of tired to try to break down every single game to, whatever. They play 162. I know we have to do it. We're on here for 2 hours every day. But, some games you just win because a couple guys play well and the other team didn't really have it. I think that's what it was yesterday. The Pirates, Steer robs a home run that would have kept the game tied. Stu robs a hit that, Andrew McCutcheon's been in the league for, 20 years? He guaranteed that ball was getting down. He was already around second. So, incredible play by Stu to win that game. And I think it's just one that you sneak in the series of 162. So, there's really not a whole lot to break down about it. It was just 2 or 3 guys that played their butts off and got us a win.
That's correct. So that's it. The Reds are at it again today, 12:35. Hunter Greene is on the bump. We have Hunter Greene taking on Mitch Keller. So hopefully they get a win. I don't know. Should I sing a song if they win? Renegade? I don't know if I got that one in me.
Oh, mama, I'm in fear.
Oh, I was thinking more. Renegade.
That's what I was
like, you got to do the TikTok dance.
Oh,
I was like, there's no way that's what he meant.
No, that is what I meant. It's the Pittsburgh song.
Okay, I was going to say, because that's David Bednar's entrance song. Oh, okay.
That is what I meant, but he doesn't have those vocals, so he could do the dance.
Correct. I can do the dance.
You can't do Sticks?
I don't think I can.
You should
Sticks rock or pop?
Sticks gets high. Sticks is rock.
Sticks is rock.
Sticks is rock.
Sticks should caption Renegade by Sticks and then have it be the dance.
Okay.
Elliot, I think
I can do that.
If you're gonna push pursuing TikTok, I think maybe you should do a TikTok dance after wins instead of singing.
I'll do it, Jimmy, if you set it up.
Are you pursuing a following on TikTok? Are you trying to?
Here's what happened yesterday. Jeremiah was coming in and he was explaining how the TikTok algorithm works to me. I was like, you know what? I can maybe do this. So I tried to throw just a random TikTok out there. It did okay. I don't know the metrics for TikTok. I don't know how it works. I know there's a lot of bots. That's the main takeaway I have from TikTok, and it's a gross app. But other than that, I'm going to start trying to do it more. I'm going to see if I can be the TikTok famous, Charlie D'Amelio.
Elliot D'Amelio.
Elliot D'Amelio is what they'll call me.
All right.
Good luck. I've got similar qualities.
Addison Rearing.
That's right. What happened to her? She went away, it seemed like.
She had a grip on the brain dead TikTok dances.
She did, but then she fell off.
I'm glad that TikTok dances are mostly gone. They're at least not in my TikTok algorithm.
I still get a feel.
Yeah, they're in mine.
Oh, okay.
Shout out Tyler.
Great
new trend.
Yeah. Shout out. Casey, your guy, Ellie De La Cruz, didn't have a hit yesterday. Time to send him down?
I don't know. Maybe it is time to send him down to Chattanooga.
I love that
No.
we skip AAA every time.
Well, it's because of Bubba. If Bubba didn't do it, I wouldn't make the joke. But
The first wicket fell. South Africa only got 16 runs before the first wicket fell. The over-under was set at 28.
So that's good.
We are
We're
ahead.
well under.
We're ahead.
Can you explain to me what that means?
No.
What do you mean with that?
Definitely
the
not.
first wicket fell, they scored 16 runs.
So they're down 16-0?
They haven't bat yet.
Well, it's 16-1
Right.
over 0-0.
Right.
Oh, okay.
What do you have to knock 3 wickets to end the game?
It's, yeah. There's wickets got to fall. You get runs from each.
how do you
each
get a
line.
home run?
I think you just run until the guy throws the ball in.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, you can leave the field. But yeah, you just
But
touch
they
those-
just go get it,
You
right?
just basically play a game of pickle, just running back and forth between the lines. You see how many runs you can get. If you're wondering, South Africa got 16 runs before the first wicket fell. I'll keep you updated.
I hope the U.S. can score 17.
Please. Yeah, I mean, that's a waste of all of our time. Ellie De La Cruz, by the way, in his last 7 games, 292, 433, 625 slug, Casey.
Back?
Very nice.
Very nice indeed. When do they come home from this road trip? They're
Weekend.
off tomorrow, and then they're here for Friday.
Friday,
for
Saturday,
the Red
Sunday.
Sox.
Red Sox. And then into next week against Pirates again. at
Pirates
home.
again, home. Little homestand.
Interesting.
Got to. If we don't win this Pirates series, going above 500 at the homestand is crucial.
Yeah, I was looking at Bryce Spalding's. We have to go 7-3, I think, is right, or 7-4.
That number got very attainable, and now 7-4 just seems
It seems difficult.
difficult. But
Just
it's
because
definitely in play.
of the
You gotta
level.
stay close.
It seems difficult because of the level of competition, but
The Red Sox have been playing well recently, but on the season, they're not a very good baseball team.
No.
So we got to win these series.
Yeah, they've gotten hot the last week and a half. I think for a while they were just win one, lose one, win one, lose one, win one, lose one, and I think they've won I think they might have won 3 or 4 in a row now.
Well, I asterisk them beating the Yankees because that's the throughout the record books
Fair.
rivalry.
Yeah.
You know how those get.
They've won a couple close ones against the Blue Jays.
Just like America versus South Africa.
Of course, throw out the record books. That's what they always say.
Can't wait.
I know Jimmy read out the lineup. This is a stat from Bryce Spalding. Stevenson is 2 for his last 24 and 1 for 17 in his career off Mitch Keller. So he will not be in the lineup. It's Luke Maley today.
Yeah, Maley's
But
in.
where if you
Is this Maley's first back-to-back catching?
definitely not this season.
No, recently. He only
Recently,
caught Montas
yeah.
for the last 2 months.
Yeah. It's definitely recently. We have, by the way, no Nick Martini.
He's hurt.
He's hurt.
He got hit with a pitch in the hand.
I thought he was good though. I thought he was ready to roll. I guess not.
He
I guess not.
He didn't come off the bench last night.
I forgot about Nick Martini also being hurt.
He's
So
shaking.
All three of our bench players right now are hurt.
yeah, that's brutal.
Friedel, Candelario, Martini can't even play.
Yeah, brutal.
They-
It's
we're,
brutal.
We're literally just playing 23-man
Playing
baseball.
what you got. Yeah.
The Reds,
ridiculous.
the Reds need to go 6-3 over their next 9 games to get 500 at game 82. 6-3.
We can do 6.
You can do 6-3.
And I'll take 4 and 5.
You'll take 4 and 5.
We'll be what?
That's where it's like
Well, because you have that stretch.
I don't want to do
a
the
couple
will
weeks
take
later.
game, but we'll be 4 games below 500 halfway through.
You know?
After May.
Yeah.
Seems all right.
You have 7 games in a row against the Rockies and Pirates.
You just have to keep playing 500
Marlins.
baseball, including a game below or a game above, and I think we're fine.
The season isn't over by any stretch if you go 4 and 5. It's just like it's something.
It's annoying
When does that expectation change, Jacob? That's my question.
when the Reds aren't 35 and 38.
Sure, but when does that happen?
Hopefully, it would have been this year if we were healthy.
Maybe.
Hopefully.
And I guess
I
there's
hope next year. I
next
hope
year.
second half.
When do you think, and not to get too down, when do you think, let's say they don't make the postseason this year. Obviously, they very much still can. Next year, it's playoff or bust, right?
Yeah, I would think
If you don't make the playoffs the first 2 years of this, and then next season don't make the playoffs.
I don't even count last year because we weren't supposed to be playing for that.
That's correct. You're right. You're right.
This year, absolutely expect the team to make the playoffs if underperformed. Next year is, I agree, make or break.
My whole thing is, though, at some point the expectations have to change, and that's why, Reid and I kind of laughed at the notion that Trace was like, you know what, let's go 10 games under 500. It wasn't 10, but it was like, let's go 5 games under 500 during this difficult stretch, and we'll just keep fighting to fight. At some point, the fighting to fight thing just isn't good enough. You're right. You have to try to win. Obviously, that's not this year, but at some point soon, that's going to have to change. I don't know when or how long it's going to be, but I'm hoping next season it's like, okay, if you're 10 games under 500, 40 games into the season, that's a problem.
I don't think
a serious issue.
I don't think I set the expectations for myself. It's what they have to be above playing above 500 baseball for a couple months, and then I'll expect that from the Reds. I mean, I haven't really seen that for most of my life, so until I see the change, I don't think anything above that is really what I'm going to expect.
But this is the change. This is so different than
They just have to play like it.
This is the hope. This is the hope.
Right.
More so, not
This is the what?
the hope.
The hope, correct. And I guess we'll see. But going around, can we do the ranking pitchers segment now? Since we were talking about Nick Lodolo, Readeroo?
Yeah.
Or do you want to wait for that one? Do you want to wait for that one?
We can do that since we're talking about Nick Lodolo.
Let's roll it.
I was going to do that. So they were talking about it before, they being Jacob and Reid. Who are the best 1-2 punches in baseball, starting rotation-wise?
In National League.
In the National League,
National
sorry.
League, yes.
In the National League. I have a couple in my head, but Reid did the work here and ranked them out, and we'll see if we agree with them. I think the Reds are top 5. Especially, I think they're top 3 in the National League, top 5 in Major League Baseball in terms of 1-2 punches when healthy.
Okay. So coming in at number 5, we decided, it was me and Jacob that put this together. We decided that Hunter Greene and Nick Lodolo in the 1-2 punch, it's about as good as it gets. And I think there are a lot of good 1-2 punches in the league. Some are more established than others.
Right. Yep.
Their trajectory is
Oh
up and
yeah,
to
their
the right,
trajectory could certainly be top of the league in no time. Certainly by the end of this year, maybe the end of next year, this could be one of the best 1-2 punches in the National League. So that's where we got the Reds coming in at number 5.
Which I think is fair. You just need to see more out of those guys to really put them above some of the established names in the National League, and we'll see it soon, hopefully.
I got really excited because on Baseball Savant, they show their percentile rankings, and then they show similar pitchers. And the comp for Nick Lodolo is Chris Sale, who is lighting it up.
Yeah.
Who is lighting it up. So really high aspirations for Nick Lodolo. Coming in at number 4, we've got the Dodgers. Tyler Glasnow, Yamamoto coming in at number 4. Yamamoto is hurt right now, but he'll be back soon. This team is very, very good. I think Tyler Glasnow is one that I think flies under the radar more often than not.
Leading the league in Ks.
But he has been one of the best for quite some time.
Is Walker Buehler off the planet right now? Like, I feel like he had a fall off. I know he was hurt a lot. But I feel like Walker Buehler was supposed to be one of the league's best pitchers, and now it's almost like you just say it under your breath. You don't even know who he is. I assume he's doing okay this year. He's just not doing great.
He only has 7 starts. He's 1-4 with a 4.64.
Oh no.
Yeah, he hasn't been great. I know he was hurt for a while at the beginning of the year, but
he missed all of last year due to injury. Missed a lot of 2022 due to injury. So he's just coming back. He's banged up. Tyler Glasnow. You kind of forget how good those old Pirates teams' rotations were. Tyler Glasnow, Garrett Cole. Those were nasty for a while there.
Tyler Glasnow has gone over 4 innings 3 times this season.
Walker Buehler pitched last night in Colorado.
Yeah.
It was his worst start since coming back off the IL. 4 innings, 7 earned runs, only 2 strikeouts.
Yikes.
That says that the Dodgers might send him back to the injured list.
Oh no.
So,
what about Clayton Kershaw? Where's he at?
Still hurt.
Old.
Still hurt, right? He's not back yet, is he?
I don't think so, but
he's still hurt.
He's old.
Clayton Kershaw could have retired in 2015 and made the Hall of Fame. Could have retired a decade ago and made the Hall of Fame. People forget, Sandy Koufax only played 9 seasons in the league.
Dodgers keep giving him 1-year deals.
Coming in at number I hope he retires a Dodger, by the way.
I do too.
I hope he doesn't go anywhere else.
I think at this point he will. He keeps playing us out, and then
he's
when
not.
they eventually
How old
don't,
is he? He's only like 34. Like
Yeah,
he's not too terribly old. Coming in at number 3,
36.
Much younger. We got the Pittsburgh Pirates. I said before the year, you guys laughed at me. You giggled, you did all that stuff. If I would have told you that we wouldn't even have Mitch Keller on this list, you would have thought that was crazy. Instead, we've got the phenom that is Paul Skeens and Jared Jones, who would be the most exciting young pitcher that for any other team in the league. That's how good this Pittsburgh Pirates team is. This is a team that if they somehow sneak into the postseason, if they somehow get there, do you want to face these guys?
No.
Do you want to face the 1-2-3 punch of these two and Mitch Keller? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Hunter Greene, Nick Lodolo, fantastic. I'll take Paul Skeens and Jared Jones over them.
I will say I think it's pretty damn close though between those two. I think Paul Skeens has been incredible, but I'd say Jared Jones is comparable to Hunter Greene and Nick Lodolo. I don't think they're a mile ahead or anything like that. I think it's close.
Yeah, I love Hunter Greene and Nick Lodolo. I would take the two of them in a second.
Yeah, I think I'd take both. I think I'd take Jared Jones and
Paul Skeens.
Paul Skeens over Hunter Greene and Nick Lodolo.
I would.
I wouldn't really think too much about it because this is Jared Jones' rookie year, and Paul Skeens has only started 7 games, and they both have been very, very good from the get-go. All right, now we've got some older guys coming in number 2. It's the Dodgers, Max Reid and Chris Sale, a couple of southpaws, just more established guys. Chris Sale, I think we forget how great Chris Sale is.
Right.
Because he is hurt more often than not, but he has been dominant this year. Max Reid doesn't blow it by or anything like that, but you just can't hit it hard against him. Pair of southpaws, once again, a 1-2 punch that is hard to reckon with.
If Chris Sale's playing, he's unbelievable. I was trying to see how many
Is he a Hall of Famer?
He's had one season over 100 innings in his past 4 seasons. He just hasn't been healthy at all. 2022 he pitched 5 innings. 2021 40 innings, 80 innings this season. He's going to if he stays healthy this year, obviously he's going to have a career year. So, yeah, Chris Sale's been lights out.
Still only 35.
He's never won a Cy Young. But he's been close
I was going to say, listen, from 2012 to 2018, 6th place, 5th place, 3rd place, 4th place, 5th place, 2nd place, 4th place.
Wow. What a run.
And he's certainly in consideration this year. I mean, he's thrown 81 innings, 100 strikeouts, 2.98, 9-2 record. Not that matters, but that is something. He's certainly going to be up there at the end of the year. Chris Sale, also the author of one of my favorite baseball moments.
Tied for 6th in Cy Young odds.
Okay.
Tied for 5th.
Chris Sale is the author of one of my favorite baseball moments of all time. When he played for the White Sox, and it was throwback night. And
I remember this.
He didn't want to wear the throwback jersey, so what did he do? He went into the locker room and cut up everyone's jerseys so they couldn't wear them.
Great move
That's
by
hilarious.
him.
I like
Did
when
he
he
get
smashed the TV at the
minor
leagues for the Red Sox.
Chris Sale, good hang.
I think so.
You think Chris Sale's a good hang?
I think
No,
so.
I don't think so.
I don't know.
That temper. He cares a lot about ball.
I don't know. I don't think I'm putting Chris Sale as a good hang. And coming in at number 1, we put Aaron Nola, Zach Wheeler, who isn't even – we didn't even put the Cy Young favorite on this list. We're giving credit where credit's due, and that's to the old heads. Aaron Nola, Zach Wheeler, and then obviously Suarez is right there.
Yeah, if we go top 3, I don't really think the list changes that drastically. I mean, you had Ranger Suarez, they're still number 1. I think you had Andrew Abbott, the Reds are still right there in the top 5. And for most of these teams, the rotations get pretty deep. We talked about the Pirates with Mitch Keller.
We didn't put my Cubbies on this list.
Did not.
We did not put Steele, Eminaga, and Javier Assad.
If we go 3, they're on there.
I
think the impending fall-off of Justin Steele is keeping them
I
off.
think the impending fall-off of probably all 3 of them.
All 3.
I was going to say,
Shota
how long can Javier Assad continue this? How long can Shota be this dominant? Like, here's the thing is the ceiling's just not as high for those 3 as compared to a Hunter Greene, Nick Lodolo. Like, if they are consistent, like if Justin Steele's a consistent Cy Young candidate, I think that'd surprise a lot of people. If Nick Lodolo or Hunter Greene was a consistent Cy Young candidate, I don't think that'd surprise a whole lot of people.
Right. No. But yeah, I agree with most of that. I think the Dodgers would be off that list if you added a top 3. But other than that, most of that list stays the exact same. And that's just a testament to how good the pitching has been this season. As long as everybody stays healthy. Is Garrett Cole coming back this
today?
Year? He's coming back today.
Against the Orioles today.
How about that? First start back for Garrett Cole. Again, it's just crazy how pitching has changed over the past 15 years, even 10 years. Or it's if you're going to throw 102 miles an hour as a starting pitcher, it's just that arm's just going to give out at some point, and you just get your mandatory Tommy John, as Jacob said yesterday, and you just fight through the pain. But that's it. That's it for baseball news. Football news. Jerry Jones was yesterday. He was testifying at the Sunday Ticket trial. Quote, "I am convinced I would make a lot more money than the Bengals. I'm completely against each team doing TV deals. It's flawed."
What? Why do you got to talk about us in court?
Yeah.
Are we going to be mad about this?
Yes. Yes, why bringing this up? He's not wrong.
Not at all.
You don't have
He's
to
not
say
wrong
it.
at all.
You don't have to say, I'm doing my best Stephen A. You're not wrong. You don't have to go there, but you're not wrong. Yeah, why you got to talk about the Bengals? You could have thrown at like 3 other cat teams. You could have said
That's
the
fair.
Panthers. You could have said the Jaguars.
Jaguars.
Why are you picking the team that's been objectively successful for the past few years? And you know what, Jerry Jones? If your brand is so great, so jolly, how come you can't go to the conference championship, but we've been to 2 out of the last 3, huh, Jerry?
Huh, Jerry?
Jerry? You know, I know you're watching, Jerry. Dak stinks. Pay him $75 million.
The Lions went 0-16 and made a conference championship before the Cowboys made it back to the conference championship.
There you go.
Jimmy Stats.
Jimmy Stats.
Deep pockets over there.
You know, I think it's actually kind of a compliment. It's like we're living rent-free in all these owners' minds. And, you know, he just happened to let it slip a little bit.
That's a hell of a spin zone.
He's thinking about Joe Burrow and the Bengals, man.
I applaud you, Casey. I cannot take this as a compliment in any way, shape, or
is-
form.
What a spin. What a spin. And here's the thing, is the reason that he's arguing about the things, and he's right. He's right what he is arguing about. They would make more. The Cowboys obviously are a way bigger brand than Cincinnati Bengals are. But these are the things that make the NFL what it is. The reason we love the NFL is because there are so many things put in place that level the play. It's the same thing that everyone argues about for the MLB. Oh, how are the Cincinnati Reds supposed to compete with the LA Dodgers? How are the Cincinnati Reds, the Pittsburgh Pirates, supposed to compete with the New York Yankees? They can't because they don't make as much money because their brand's not as big. The reason we like the NFL is because it is an even playing field. Yeah, is it fair for the owner that Jerry Jones could be making 20 times as much money as Mike Brown? Probably not. But you're still making plenty of money, brother. Keep cashing those checks. It's better for the sport at the end of the day. And like I said, he's not wrong, but there are things put in place, and that's the reason that they are, is for the even playing field. It's why the NFL is king right now.
Yeah.
I
If you couldn't watch your team play, I mean, the NFL would be. If the NFL was regionalized like baseball is, it would not have nearly as big of a market.
A baseball rebuild takes years.
Right.
Several years. The Bengals took 1 year back. Texans, 1 year back. And then even the slower builds like the Lions. It took a couple years, but
3?
you can do it different ways. That doesn't happen in baseball. That doesn't.
Right.
It just doesn't. A team doesn't go from 0 to 100. Just doesn't happen.
No, I like the shot. I thought it was funny. So good for our guy Jerry Jones. Good for Jerry Jones.
Your guy.
He has.
Don't want me in there.
You have to keep some of those classic guys, those classic NFL guys here. I like him. I like Mark Davis of the Raiders.
Great bull
Some
cut.
of those guys, I just want a TV show. You can get rid of Hard Knocks, and we're going to talk about that in a bit too. You get rid of Hard Knocks. I just want cameras on those 2 guys in a room.
There's a doc coming out about Jerry.
Really?
Yeah. I think we're going to find
is
out
that
some
gonna be
stuff.
Is that going to be pro Jerry, or like is that going to be like?
Well, I
Urban
would
Meyer
assume
thing?
Jerry has final cut.
Okay.
So.
Well, then it's not going to be very fun. Other NFL news: it's looking like Kansas is making a serious run at becoming the new home for the Chiefs and the Royals. I saw this yesterday.
So the Kansas side
Unless
of Kansas
there's
City.
just in case there is confusion, the Kansas City Chiefs and Kansas City Royals do not play in Kansas right
Correct.
Right, correct.
Just to clarify.
So they approved a bill to make it the home of these 2 sports towns. So that way it'll actually make sense when Casey calls them the Kansas Chiefs.
Awesome.
Are you tearing down Arrowhead? I love Arrowhead.
Arrowhead and Kauffman Stadium. Well, they want to get rid of Kauffman Stadium because they want to be in downtown. But this
Right.
doesn't.
Right.
This
I love
doesn't help
Arrowhead.
either team
No.
because the Chiefs would have to get rid of Arrowhead, and it doesn't. They don't move downtown for the Royals, which is what they want. They might get a new stadium, and this is an ingenious move by the state of Kansas to get professional sports teams
For
in
sure.
their state and start getting some of that revenue. But there's no way that goes through.
No, it's looking like they're trying to get the funds. They're trying to get the funds for new stadiums and practice facilities, but it would be side by side. It's looking like they would be side by side stadiums, similarly to I guess is that how it is now?
I mean, it's a pretty big parking lot in between. But
So
they're in
it'd
the
be
same-
similar. So it'd be similar to Detroit.
I would say it's. Yeah, I mean,
Ford Field and Comerica Park are separated
see.
by 1 street.
That's how it is in Cleveland too.
Yeah.
With Rocket Mortgage and Progressive. So, yeah, it's weird. There's not many stadiums in the NFL that are bigger than the team that they host. No. And I think Arrowhead's one of them that has a draw of just actually the building and going to Arrowhead and seeing it happen. So I think that'd be a bad move by the NFL to get rid of one of their most iconic stadiums.
Yeah,
the votes were 84-38 and 27-8 in the Senate. I don't know what those votes mean, but it seems like a landslide.
Sounds like a cricket score.
Speaking of cricket, the second wicket has not fallen in the first inning. South Africa has 66 runs.
What did U.S. score?
U.S. hasn't gone to bat yet. They're still bowling.
Oh.
So you need
three wickets to fall?
Three wickets to bat.
Okay.
How many innings are there?
I don't know how many innings there are. And
are there innings?
Mouse Cop keeps saying that there are no innings. We're talking overs and runs.
Oh,
now.
okay.
Yeah.
No
but
innings.
if I get on DraftKings and I see that the first inning runs for South Africa is listed at 198.5.
Okay.
Not great.
67 runs over one wicket.
But yeah, listen. You can keep reading that stuff out. That stuff's actually like rocket science. You say like it's rocket science. That's rocket science to me. I don't know what's going on. Don't know how to do it. Final thing before we go to ads. I don't know if you saw this, Jacob, but the PGA Tour creates an exemption just for Tiger Woods. He's going to play in any of the select events. What do you know what they're called? Like the memorial. It's called a something event.
It's like the raised payouts. I don't know what they're officially called.
Elevated.
He's got it. Tiger Woods is now going to be able to play in any elevated event he wants, just because he's Tiger Woods.
Signature event.
That's the Tiger Woods exemption.
Good.
Is what they're going to call this.
Good.
Exceptional lifetime achievement. I guess this is part of how they're going to try to pay some of these people back.
There's a handful of golfers in the entire world that people will watch regardless of their scorecard.
Correct.
And Tiger Woods leads that list, so the more events he plays in on a yearly basis, that's good for us.
Yeah, I'd agree. This is, again, once they figure out this live thing, and I don't know how many years a lot of these guys have on their contracts.
They were all like 4 or 5 year deals. So
they have to be coming up soon, right?
2 or 3 left. 2
years maybe. So if that's the case, there's going to be a union at some point. They're gonna be joining back together. I would assume all of them, right? Do you think anybody stays there?
Yeah.
Really?
Well, it depends on what the pockets of the Saudis look like. If they're re-signing contracts, I don't know why anyone would leave.
Because I don't think, like, Bryson DeChambeau is a guy that's changed his image completely. We've talked about that. I think he's a guy now that if he wanted to jump to the PGA Tour, he's going to get that FaceTime. Because he never had the FaceTime.
I don't think he would want to.
I think he would.
He'd lose all the immunity to YouTube stuff and everything.
You're right.
Like that's
You're
why
right.
his brand has grown. That's
right.
why Brooks Koepka's brand has grown and stuff like that. Is because they're doing all this stuff outside of golf. That's not you don't have the time to do when you're playing an event every week. I think if the Saudis want to re-up these contracts, I think we might see more guys make the jump. Because they've proven now that the worry was that you won't be able to play in the majors. That's why a lot of guys stayed.
Yeah.
Well, that's done. You can play in the majors now. You can't play in these elevated events. Well, that's fine. You have $500 million in your pocket. You get to play golf 5 times a year, 6 times a year, plus majors. You get time off. You get more time to do everything else. I think we might see more golfers make the switch because they've proven now that you can come back and you can compete in the main PGA events even if you're on live. I mean, Brooks won the PGA last year. Bryson just won, yesterday or this weekend at the U.S. Open. I think Liv's draw has grown.
I think you're right, and I don't know whatever happened to like their deal, their merger. It was a $3 billion merger deal, is what they signed back in January 31st of this year. They signed.
It was huge news.
They signed this merger deal. It's Rory shut up. Everybody's like, you know what? Because Jay Monahan didn't talk to any of the players. He just made this deal on his own. We didn't hear anything about that until recently. I think they're trying to sign another deal because the divide in golf is so crazy right now where it's there's too many superstars on the other side. Just join them all back together. Get Liv in on it. At this point, you lost the war. You lost the battle. You lost the war. At this point, Liv is going to live, and it's you just gotta eat it. You just got to sit there and take it and just be with Liv so everybody can get back on the tour. We can all have golf again. Nobody's watching Liv. Nobody cares about Liv, but they have some of the world's best players, and that's
Liv in FC Cincinnati. Check into the CW.
Oh, what a shot! And speaking of FC Cincinnati, that means it's time for breaks. Casey.
That's right. This is my part of the show where I get to do the ad reads. Encore Technologies. They provide IT solutions for a data-centered world with the suite of services from mobile computing, desktop to data center, supporting most centralized work-from-home computing modules to improve efficiency and
Productivity.
That's right, Jimbo. Productivity. Visit encore.tech. Yeah, encore.tech.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
My brain is in a fog right now. The path to innovation begins here. And let me tell you about this lovely bottle of water right here. Pawnee Water, made right here in Hamilton, Ohio, uses natural limestone filtration, unlike the artificial processing other brands use. The result being a healthy alkaline water, and some say the best tasting water in the world. Visit Pawnee Water at PAHHNIwater.com so we can buy this great tasting water.
Yeah.
Throwing it back over to you guys.
Actually,
it's coming back
we're
to
going
you.
right back to you.
You
because
got
it's
your
time,
minute.
It's time for the Casey Minute.
Oh, the Casey
Oh, the
minute.
Casey minute.
We got to sell
the
this
McAllister
puppy.
minute.
We got to sell this puppy.
The McAllister minute. Mick minute.
Hold on, let me get my timer out.
The Mick Minute.
Let me get
The Mick minute.
Hold on,
The
let me
Mick
get my
minute.
timer out. And go.
I've been trying to learn cricket this
Okay,
entire
good.
show. Jimmy did a good job of
We're
trying
doing
to explain it to me.
T20 cricket is what we're learning.
This is the Casey
I don't
minute,
even
not
know
the
what that
Reid minute?
means. I don't know what T20 means. I don't know how any of it works. All I know is that there's a guy that like bowls, which is really like underhanded pitching
Pete
or
Weber,
overhanded
yeah.
pitching that bounces and then
It's
you
like
hit it.
skip pitching, I think.
Yeah, I don't know what that is, but it's
Don't
just
discredit bowling.
we've got 83 runs. Like, when are we gonna score a run? I don't know. I don't know how any of it works. So, yeah, this is just weird. On top of that, I finished season 1 of House of Dragons.
Very nice.
Yeah.
Did that one on purpose. The House of the Dragon. That was a phenomenal season finale. I just thought it was gonna like keep ending. Like they kept setting it up to like end early, and it just kept going and kept going. It was kind of weird. Gonna watch season 2, episode 1 sometime tonight. No, because I'm watching FC.
Yeah,
Are you going to the game?
Yeah, you are.
No, I'm not going to the
Ah.
game. Wife did not want to go to the game.
So you're not a real fan.
So you're trying to lobby Elliot and I to go to this game, and you're not even going to be boots on ground.
Well, I would if you guys would go.
I'll
But
be
since
there.
you
we're-
guys aren't going, I'm not going.
I'm looking out for your wife.
7:45.
Giving her some family time.
7:45 is a late start time for me.
It starts at 7:45.
Oh yeah.
I mean, there's no chance.
Yeah,
You
but
got to
there's-
practice
that
the
game.
songs.
Yeah, but it'll end the same time as a Reds game.
Unless
Yeah,
it doesn't,
it'll-
because the ref adds time. No one knows.
The most they'll add is like 8 minutes.
No, dude, dude, I watched soccer during that Mickey Mouse.
That would
COVID.
take. That would
They
take.
added,
minutes in
they
both
added,
halves
they
gives you
added
106
15
minutes.
minutes, dude. They added
would-
15 minutes.
That was
That would
because
take an
of-
egregious amount of injuries in a half to add
And-
15 minutes.
and
that
what
would
he's
make it fun to
forgetting-
watch, wouldn't it?
What he's forgetting to also admit is that there was heat breaks and stuff like that.
Yeah.
That
Correct.
added time, which there's not going to be maybe there will be a heat break. I don't know.
It is
They
pretty
get
w-
heat breaks?
Yeah,
Well, the
it's
thing
too
that
hot.
he's
hot,
talking
Jacob.
about was
Brother.
Jacob,
they were
it's
in
too hot.
Miami.
Too hot, the soccer players can't soccer?
You can't expect.
They
to
were
soccer.
in Miami in the middle of the summer.
Aww. It's 106 on the sideline of the Dolphins game.
I'm-
Those boys are in pads. They're out there.
I'm excited for the match tonight. Actually,
I am
Sound
too.
it.
I'll be watching.
I know. Good.
You'll be there.
Yes, I will.
You'll be in the stadium.
I will be inside the stadium.
Where are you sitting at?
The
I don't
Bailey.
know. I'm still waiting to get my tickets from the Game Time app.
Oh, that's very smart.
Because you can do last minute deals.
Yep.
Smart.
Upfront pricing, you see exactly where you sit. That's right. If you guys were wondering, it's currently 92-1. We're still waiting for the fall of the second wicket. Currently on DraftKings, you can take odds for the highest opening partnership in this match.
Sure.
What does that entail?
USA is plus 130 to get the highest opening partnership. South Africa's minus 180. A tie on the highest opening partnership is plus 1800.
Jimmy Cricket, what does that mean?
First team to get sponsored by Game Time in the middle of the match.
Okay.
What's a wicket?
We're still waiting for the fall of the second wicket.
I think it's like out. It has to be out.
Is this streamed anywhere? Like, can you watch it?
Now
If
Scott
you've
said
got-
he's watching.
If you got Fubo or Sling, you can sling the ball. You can bowl the ball right through the T20 World Cup.
Can we? I'm gonna see if I can find a cricket highlight on Twitter that's not copyrighted.
The
Mouse
first
cop-
opening partnership is the total runs between the first two batters. Feel like you
Oh.
could just say that.
Well, you know that. How do you not know that? How do you not know it?
So then you would the So if USA has more runs in the first opening partnership, they would win that, right? That bet?
Yes, I believe that's what it is. Currently at the moment, Quentin DeCock, his runs through the first innings
Nice.
is listed at
a good one.
Actually pretty
74 and a
accurate.
half. Quentin DeCock.
That's
Shout
how
out to
you-
Kai.
The over under for the fall of the second wicket was originally 55 and a half. It currently sits at 116 and a half.
Nice.
Shout out to our Americans. Shout out to our Americans.
Shout out to our Americans. I'm going to try to send this video to Casey again. I don't know if it's copyrighted, but I think it's worth the
Looks
risk.
like it's from the broadcast.
I think it's worth the risk.
What's the cricket copyright team look like? They can't be out to get us.
No,
This
there's no
isn't the
way.
Olympics.
They need to try to
Well,
grow the game.
We got to be on our
They're
A
trying
game.
they're trying to get higher partnerships,
That's
and we're
true.
stealing away from the partnerships.
We got to be on our A game this summer. The Olympic videos. If you play an Olympic video, they come to your house and shoot you.
Really?
The Olympic copyright people are no joke.
Well, this was a clip from June 9th, and it only has 5,000 views. So I'm gonna assume that might not be as strict as other.
All right, well
well-known,
let's run it up there. Let's run it up. This is a bowler.
And
This
let's
is,
watch that
This
cricket.
is
And again,
the
David
sound,
Payne.
the sound's off, right? I think we should try to narrate it if the sound's
Oh
off.
my gosh, you can't even field a ground ball.
That's certainly cricket.
So did he get a home run?
good bowl. You see the way he's covering the wicket?
Yeah, I do see that. What did that bounce
Let's
off
get
of?
some runs.
Look at that cricket.
So you.
Oh,
that's
what a
nuke.
bomb!
That's
Get
a
out!
nuke.
Get out!
ball.
Get out! What a oh! Let's go!
That's for you, Willie Mays, over the shoulder.
Say hey! Ooh, we got a southpaw.
What happens if you take a pitch?
I
Well,
think,
that's
it
where the-
hits the wickets, and
Yeah,
then you're
you
wicketed.
can't let it take the wickets.
So you can't let it get by you.
If you get wicketed, you're in trouble.
Well, that's a wicket. They just caught it. That was a wicket.
Oh, I thought you had to knock the thing off.
Oh, it's like Beersby? You throw
Exactly like beer.
So you throw the frisbee
You
at
throw
the
the
bottle.
frisbee at the bottle, you knock the bottle off, you win.
That's what cricket is. All right, so this makes
Cricket's
sense now.
Beersby.
Okay, so.
Oh,
the-
it's a
Yeah, curveball.
curveball.
Is that the Kershaw?
What is the
Of
line
Payne?
in the outfield?
So when you score a run, is it just by hitting the ball? Is that it?
No. So when you hit the ball, you then run
To what? Where do you run to? I haven't
between
seen
the
him run.
lines. That's why it's called runs, because you're running.
But he didn't run there.
So,
There he is. There's the runs.
so that's just one run right there.
This is what they were saying was better than baseball?
That was a ground rule double.
It's more popular than baseball.
Yeah.
Oh,
so
nice
is soccer.
try.
and we know what soccer
Nice
is.
try.
So if they catch it, it's a wicket, is what you said, right? And
Yes.
another way you can get a wicket is by knocking over one of the things.
Speaking of wickets, the second wicket hasn't fallen yet, and South Africa is up over 100 runs in the first inning.
Mr. President, a second wicket has fallen.
If it gets to the boundary, it's 4. If it touches the ground, if it goes 6, if it goes over the boundary,
Wow.
that's 6.
That would be.
Get to the boundary. Go, go, go.
But do you feel like he hit that way so far left or right?
Can you hit it behind you?
You can hit it wherever. It's wherever it goes. Big
I would
dog.
turn around and hit it the other way.
Well, then you're worried about it. Well, then it can hit the wicket.
Hit the wicket.
Oh, get out. That's 6. That's 6. It has a chance just scraping the wall as it goes 80 feet over.
All right, that's enough cricket.
The field is 136 degrees. Yes, it is. And there's 101 runs in the first wicket.
Good for them.
Yeah.
Do you think that when Tom Brenneman started this show, he would say that the evolution would be we would be doing cricket highlights? Do you think that's what his dream was when he started off the bench?
Yeah.
I think it was too. I think it was roughly that. Also, news yesterday regarding real sports. NFL has announced that I guess this is not really new news, but it's kind of old news. I don't know if we've talked about it yet on this show. But the AFC North will be receiving the Hard Knocks standalone.
It's
I
a
guess.
hard knock life.
It's a hard knock life for the AFC North. I'm not a big Hard Knocks guy. I've never seen it. But this year I'll obviously be tuning in. I have HBO. It'll be something that I look forward to, I guess. I don't know how they do it. Is it uncensored still? It's HBO, right?
Yeah.
It's still uncensored. It's anything's able to be. Now, who has control of it will be interesting. Do teams control like what gets released on the show?
No,
Or do they-
I mean,
Yeah, they have overseen
cuts. But,
yeah,
I mean, there's stuff that gets out that I'm sure teams wouldn't want to get out. HBO definitely makes it a good to watch series. I watch the Hard Knocks every year, but I've never watched the in-season Hard Knocks. Didn't watch the last two.
it's going to be interesting in the end season because the division is
Yeah.
so tightly
Competitive.
Yeah, so competitive. It is going to be interesting to see how this all unfolds. Yeah, I haven't watched Hard Knocks except for when I was a kid
13.
and the Bengals were on it. That was back TO season, no?
I think they were on in 13.
Okay, so it was past TO season. Remember when TO and Chad had their own TV show?
Yeah.
I don't remember that.
You don't remember that? When TO came to Cincinnati, they started their own TV. They had a sit down
Really?
They had a little TV shows on Fox Sports. We Are Ohio.
We
Batman
are
and Robin.
Ohio.
Yep, and then that ended Carson Palmer's tenure. He didn't like that. Rightfully so. A lot of shenanigans going on in that locker room. But, yeah, I'm excited. No, Hard Knocks doesn't pull me in a whole lot. My dad used to watch it all the time. I never really have gotten into it, but it being centered around the AFC North, between how competitive it is, between the stars that are in the league or in the division, like Joe, like Lamar, like all these, like Justin Fields, it's going to be incredibly interesting. Browns, obviously, with their fan base. It's going to be interesting to see how this all goes. Myles Garrett will certainly be a lot of FaceTime.
Who is the preseason team? The Bears, right?
Bears, and that's some people are concerned for Caleb Williams. I don't know if you've seen Caleb Williams in a press conference, but I don't think it's going to be bad for Caleb
It's a pretty
Williams.
funny situation after they drafted Caleb Williams. Obviously, there's a list of teams that are available to be on Hard Knocks. The Bears sent a message to the league basically begging them to not put them on Hard Knocks, and the league replied with, "You're on Hard Knocks."
So they don't have a say in that though. Like when they sign these contracts, I guess when you're an NFL franchise, it's like you can be on camera, you can be on TV at any point when we tell you to. There's just
unless you have a first-year head coach or you were on it within the last 5 years, the NFL can force you to do it.
Oh, that's a stipulation. First-year head
First-year head coach, you can't be on it.
Interesting. I didn't know that. But yeah, I'm excited for it. I again never watched it before, but it'll be a good look at. Hopefully, God willing, the Bengals are good, and this will be the Super Bowl DVD. The start of the Super Bowl DVD.
When we do Chatterbox Bengals, we should do instant reactions to Hard Knocks.
Absolutely.
Every single night.
Yeah.
It releases what, 9p?
Something like that on
9p?
Tuesdays.
Yeah, so 9p on Tuesday. So we'll go live right at 10p.
Yeah.
That'd be great.
That'd be awesome.
That'd be great. We'd all watch it together. And we all can.
Will any of the teams hog airtime, or do you think they'll split it up?
I think it's going to be, again, I haven't watched the in-season the last 2 years, but I think it's going to be pretty star-driven.
Really?
I think it'll be, Joe and Jamar, and then T.J. Watt and Russell Wilson, Deshaun and Myles Garrett. I think you're just going to see the stars talk, which isn't necessarily why I watch Hard Knocks. I always love Hard Knocks for the guys that you don't really know on the roster. You see them make the team. You see them, return a kick in the preseason, and then you hear their story or whatever, and which is cool. I think the in-season's obviously different because you don't have roster cuts in the middle, which is the main draw for Hard Knocks in the traditional sense. But I think it'll be good. I think it'll be really good.
Chad Waits has a super chat for us. Reid's truck stinks, mower stinks, and Hamilton stinks. He still sits to pee. Love you, Elliot. Thank you, Chad. I love you.
There are 4 accusations in there. You're batting like 50% on them. You're batting like 50% on them. I'll let you figure out which ones are true. Thanks, Chad. Chad, one time, he gives me a lot of flack. Still love you, though, Chad. Still love you, though. It's all good. Everyone check in on Mr. Mo. I haven't heard from Mr. Mo in a while. Someone send him a DM or something like that on Twitter, because we haven't seen him in the chat. So it's good. By the way, Mousecop put in that Hamilton's getting another Raising Cane's.
Really?
Yeah, I did
But it's
see
going
that.
into Bridgewater, which isn't Hamilton. I'm not considering that's the township.
Bridgewater's nice.
It's not. Is Hamilton not? Is that the insinuation?
Well, I just was saying Bridgewater's nice.
It seems
But
like
you just said it's not
You're
Hamilton.
reaching.
It's
You're
not.
reaching.
It's not Hamilton. It's literally not
The
Hamilton.
billboard says Hamilton's getting a new Canes.
Well, like its mailing address is Hamilton the same way. Like if you send something to Ross, it says it's Hamilton, but it's not Hamilton. Millville isn't Millville actually might be Hamilton, but
The address.
the address is what
the address
defines
is
it.
Hamilton. Then it's
So Hamilton's way bigger than like all these towns around here. Pretty much everything until you get to Westchester is Hamilton.
I feel like you can call it that if it's the address.
I think Liberty Township has Hamilton addresses.
Really?
Yeah.
I thought that was Westchester.
I don't know. I just know that Bridgewater's not Hamilton. I don't make the rules. It's just not Hamilton. It's Fairfield Township. It's its own thing. But we were talking about Hard Knocks, and we teased that we're bringing back Reid's 5. So Here's what I'm going to do.
How exciting.
I'm going to put down the 5 things I want to see most from Hard Knocks this season. This is Reid's top 5 of the 5 things I want to see most from the in-season Hard Knocks revolving around the AFC North. So coming in at number 5, I want to see a masterclass in coaching. I want to see Jim Harbaugh and Mike Tomlin, because everyone tells me that they're Hall of Fame coaches, how great they are. I just want to see how it's done. Mike Tomlin, Jim Harbaugh.
John
Harbaugh, my bad. Jimmy. Too many J's. Jimmy, Jacob, Jeremiah. We got too many J's around here.
Far too many.
John Harbaugh. Well, maybe Jim Harbaugh can be in there too, and he can call up his brother. John Harbaugh and Mike Tomlin, masterclass, as I need a masterclass in making these graphics. But that's what I need to see in number 5. Coming in at number 4, I want to see something that we've been begging for a while and that we all know that really happens. We need to see Lamar Jackson making the transition over to wide receiver. I want to see Lamar running routes. Dude's not a quarterback. I'm sorry to say it. He's just a little running back. He's just a little wide receiver. I need to see him out there running routes for the Baltimore Ravens. Let Tyler Huntley be QB1, as Casey said, is their preferred quarterback. He's the better quarterback. So Lamar Jackson running routes, that's coming in at number 4. Coming in at number 3, see, this is where you get the Hard Knocks, right? You get to see the behind-the-scenes stuff.
Yeah.
You get to see, what they do in their day-to-day life. You get to see the struggles. You get to see what they go through. Up in Cleveland, I want to see Deshaun Watson not getting massages. I want to see him I want to see massage parlors. He calls one up, and they go like, hey, I'd like to make an appointment. My name's Deshaun Watson on Wednesday at 4 p.m. They say, what's your name? Deshaun. We're booked. We're booked. Then he calls up another one, and in Berea, Ohio, and he's like, hey, can I get a massage for Thursday at 9 a.m.? They're like, what's your name? Deshaun Watson. We're booked.
Feel bad for the other Deshaun Watsons in Cleveland.
And then I want Nick Chubb to be off camera and then get a massage. I want to see him get the massage first. I just want to see Deshaun Watson struggle to get a massage. So that's coming in at number 3. Coming in at number 2, and I think this is what's going to be really interesting, is to see how the quarterback situation goes in Pittsburgh between Russell Wilson and Justin Fields. I think a lot of people here that are Ohio State fans think that Justin Fields is going to win over that spot. Russell Wilson, I think, was better than people anticipated last year. So it's going to be interesting. There's obviously a lot of discourse about how Russell Wilson isn't a great teammate. So I want to see them build camaraderie. I want to see Russell Wilson and Justin Fields give a little smooch. I want to see them kiss a little bit. I want to see them. I want to see how close they can be in that quarterback room. I want to see how tight Mike Tomlin can get these two quarterbacks. And I just want to see them just a little smooch, just a little. Because Russell Wilson gives his teammates a kiss on the cheek every once in a while. I just want a little smooch from them. And coming in at number 1, I want to see the real masterclass in coaching in the AFC North. I want to see how great Zach Taylor's pizza parties truly are. I want to see how T. Higgins wants more pizza, and they say, listen, we can give you just enough pizza, just this one slice, maybe just enough. It's what the top 10 wide receivers are getting in pizza just for a year. And then they argue, and he's like, I'm not going to eat the pizza. And then he comes back, and he's like, all right, I'll have just the one pizza. Trey Hendrickson's not getting enough pizza, even though he signed to enough pizza last year. And he's going to walk in there, and they're going to go, hey, if I don't get more pizza, I'm not going to eat any pizza at all. And then Mike Brown's going to go, that doesn't make sense. It seems like you want pizza. How are you going to get any pizza if you don't get what you need to get the pizza? And that's how I want to see. I want to see the Zach Taylor pizza party.
I would also like to see the Zach Taylor pizza party after that breakdown.
I would like to see the Zach Taylor fireworks show, because I heard he lights fireworks off at some point during the season. You know how it was Mike McCarthy who said he smashed the watermelon after they win?
Yeah.
Taylor lights off firecrackers. Before. Taylor lights off firecrackers in the locker room. So that's what I want to see.
I'm chalking that whole segment up as a big fat L for Jacob over here, because I thought Reid might have been serious for a couple of
That's what I thought,
and then we got Justin Fields, Russell Wilson kissing.
Giving a little smooch.
And then maybe the best analogy I've ever heard.
The pizza parties?
Every layer to that analogy was just phenomenal. How many pizzas did Joe Burrow get in that analogy?
He got
He
the
owns
most.
the shop.
He got the most pizzas in league history. He got the most pizzas in league history than some blonde boy from eastern Florida got more pizzas, and he made everyone sad. And everyone was like, that guy doesn't deserve enough pizzas.
Even like pizza.
Right. So, yeah, the pizza parties. I need to see Russell Wilson and Justin Fields giving each other a little smooch. I need to say the right name for the Baltimore Ravens head coach. Jim Harbaugh's in the news more than John. And I want to see Deshaun Watson getting denied massages. He's got to be blacklisted from massages.
You remember that commercial, I think it was Geico or Aflac, one of the insurance, where Michael Jordan, the normal white guy, went to get a reservation, and they had the table already.
Yeah, they're like, oh, Michael Jordan?
No. Yeah. What about the other Deshaun Watsons in the Cleveland area calling to get a massage? You think people get real nervous, and they walk in,
they're
a different guy. They're like, oh, thank God.
Right. It's not
that Deshaun Watson.
Not that Deshaun Watson.
I found another source of breaking news, by the way.
Oh, sling it my way, Big
This is against – I'm trying to find the team he plays for. This is the Dundon at Dundon. Who's Dundon?
Ooh, the second wicket has fallen.
Oh, no.
Oh, no.
The second wicket has fallen.
Never forget.
South Africa's up 126/2.
So if they get
Mouse Cop said the runs range between 100 and 200, and that's on the low end, so I'll take it.
First inning runs was set at 171 earlier, so if you were to take that over, you're sitting good because now it's set at 209.
Very nice.
The Dunedin Blue Jays will be taking on our Daytona Tortugas today at 11 a.m. So I guess this was already started, I presume. I don't know. I don't know if that's a different time zone. Don't know anything about it. All I know is here's your lineup for the Dunedin Blue Jays. Again, what is this? Victor Arias, center field, batting first, and batting second, first baseman Joseph Daniel Votto. He will be taking on the Tortugas this afternoon.
Oh. What? He's
Will
39
Joey Votto
sticks.
have
He's
another
not-
MLB at bat?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. The Blue Jays are bad enough this year. He'll get up.
Okay.
Yeah, he'll have another at bat.
Are people upset about that? Are people wishing he was still with the Reds? Is that still a sentiment?
Yeah, like when the team was really struggling, why wouldn't you pay Joey Votto $20 million?
That's the easy fix.
He's a superstar.
He's a Hall of Famer.
MVP.
It is ironic though that the year that our first baseman goes down is a year we could have had Joey Votto. Had you paid him. Obviously nobody was going to pay him $28 million, $27 million, but it is ironic certainly. So
How many
he was
walks today
he was
for
on
Votto
rehab
in
from
that
AAA Buffalo, bat second, playing first base.
How many walks?
How many walks? What?
0 for 4 walks today for Votto?
Yes.
Hope to see him in midseason form.
Are you a walk shamer?
No.
It seemed like that was a walk shaming comment.
No, never.
Because it seems like Reid shames singles.
We got a third wicket.
Any player hits singles.
We got a third wicket immediately.
Hello, USA Cricket.
Only four runs before the third wicket.
Oh, you're
126
shaking in your
over
boots
3.
if you have that live over.
126/3. I'm not a walk shamer. Why would I be a walk
You're a
shamer?
singles.
You're a single shamer.
Yes, it is out of the 4 possible hits that you can have, it's my least favorite.
But it's also like if you're hitting like 450 with a 500 OBP, they're all singles. His slugging is like what 400. You're upset.
Yeah, if you have a 400 batting average and they're all singles, that'd be a 400 slugging percentage. Yeah, I don't know. Like slugging percentage is very important. Like it takes 3 singles to score a run. No other hits like that.
It's fair.
No other hits like that.
I like singles, and I like Jake Fraley. He had another single last night.
Good for him.
Jake Fraley's Baseball Savant page is incredible. It's awesome. We'll pull it up here in a second, but it's like his expected batting average is like bottom percentile. But it doesn't matter. Doesn't matter.
But he gets it done.
Because you know why? Yeah, look at this. Average exit velocity, he's in the 1 percentile.
Oh, good.
Oh my God. Barrel percentage, 6%. Hard hit percentage, 5%. Whiff percentage up in the 73rd percent, so he's putting the bat on ball. Jake Fraley.
Eat a burger, Frails. Come on.
Jake Fraley, do you think he will be a Red in 2 years?
No.
Do you think he'll be a Red next year?
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, because I if everything goes to plan, I do think Will Benson's going to take that job eventually. and it's just going to be him in right field. TJ Friedel in center field, and left field is going to be Spencer Steer. Whether or not you like that doesn't matter. It's going to be that.
He's too good of a bat to not play, and you can't play him in the infield.
Correct. I don't hate Jake Fraley off the bench at all. I think he's been phenomenal. I think he's the highest average on the team right now still. Not that average matters, but he's still batting .280 this season. So
Can we talk about that? Average doesn't not matter.
seems like a lot of people think it doesn't matter.
It just doesn't matter if it's used alone. You need to have contact.
Right. Like let me put it this way. So Jake Fraley's on-base percentage is .335.
Sure.
That should be what you look at first. When you look at two guys and their on-base percentage is .335, then you can go to, all right, what are they hitting? What are they slugging? And if it's .280 as opposed to an on-base percentage where a guy's batting .190, you probably would take the .280.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just out of those in a slash line. That is batting average, on base percentage, slugging percentage. It's objectively the third most important.
Not to compare Ellie and Jake Fraley. That's obviously not fair. But Fraley's hitting .280 with a .335 OBP and a .357 slug. Ellie's hitting .240 with a .339 OBP and a .440 slug. Like that 40 points batting average for Fraley doesn't even make him close to comparable offensively.
Yeah. I guess that's fair. I at some point I do get a little bit tired of the hard analytic stuff. It's just I like
these aren't hard. Like we're talking slugging percentage on base percentage. Yeah, these are like basic number stats.
Yeah, but I think more people use the other stuff. You guys are not right now, but I'm saying most people use the it's the how hard is he hitting the ball.
If you have that information available,
sure,
to you, I don't know why you wouldn't use it.
Sure. But like, I still think batting average matters. So I guess
that's the point.
That's
It does it not matter. It does it not matter. In the same way that like pitching wins don't not matter. Like they're
not the best metric.
Right. It's their bottom of the barrels. Like there's a reason that we still put them on. They still, when you see a guy's name, it'll show their batting average.
Yeah.
But it doesn't not matter. It shouldn't be the first thing that you bring up when you talk about a player and how he's doing. It shouldn't be top three.
That's fair. And I guess I have to live with that. But that's just how I watch baseball. So I'll continue to use batting average, and everybody else can use the C Wobacon plus.
I will.
That's my favorite stat.
X
My
Wobacon.
favorite stat that you hate is exit velocity.
It's a dumb stat.
That's not a dumb stat.
It's a dumb stat.
No, it's not.
How is it a dumb stat?
It's how hard you're hitting the ball. Why does that not matter?
Because if you're hitting the ball real hard and you don't have any hits in your last 25 at bats, I don't care.
Okay. Well, I'm telling you right now, there's a direct correlation between the guys that hit the ball hard and the best hitters in the league.
100% there is.
So why does it not matter?
I don't think that can justify a guy hitting 210.
Yeah, because if he's in the 1 percentile of hard hit percentage, if he finds the barrel, even if they're not falling at the time, you know that when you get in that top 1 percentile, this is what the hitter looks like, and eventually that they will fall. That's just the law of averages. That's just what happens.
Sure, but that's not how I see it. And then when I have to hear, that ground out was hit 119 miles an hour, I don't care because it was a ground out directly at the shortstop.
Brian B says you hate exit velocity because your exit velocity was 15 miles per hour in the baseball video.
Fair.
Was that a hit?
Did Brian? Wait. I don't think he was even. I don't think he was talking about the baseball video.
Elliot hates exit velo because his was 18 miles per hour.
I think he was. I think that was because he's not a member. And
I think
he's
that
made
clip
that very
is
clear.
made its way to Twitter.
Has the actual hit?
No.
Oh, the other at bat? Was it the other at bat?
Yeah, I don't know.
I saw he posted an at bat.
I posted an at bat. I didn't show the hit.
Brian B's also not on Twitter, so.
Well, crazy reference for him.
I think he was just. I think
reference.
I think he was just referring to my baseball career as a whole.
Maybe Alex Wallace with maybe the best question we've seen all week. Maybe Brian B's a burner.
Hope.
It's Casey's burn.
It's Casey.
If Brian B is if Brian B is a burner,
It's the best burner of all time.
that would be the best burner of all time.
It would take Sean Connery's top burner.
It definitely is not me because all Brian B does is crush me all day. So
Well, don't think you're too special. he
gotta
shares
put
the
myself
wealth.
down.
He shares the wealth.
Would be wild though.
What's your prediction on today's game?
Loss.
A loss?
Lose the series. They get two. Have you seen the lineup? They get one hit. Ellie De La Cruz gets a hit. That's it.
Home run?
No. It'll be a base hit. Single.
Okay, I'll take that. Steal?
Yes.
What inning?
Third.
Okay. It's a lot of at-bats in the
It's a second.
first two for him to not have any runs or other hits.
We've got some not good, but great pitching matchups here on this Wednesday day baseball.
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
In Detroit, we got Skubal versus Reynaldo Lopez, who has, a 1.6 ERA for the
Yeah.
Braves. We got Greene versus Mitch Keller. And then up on the north side, we got Meatball Hendricks versus Spencer Howard.
Meatball Hendricks.
Meatball Hendricks.
Back in the starting rotation.
Meatball Hendricks is a guy that I just misremember completely, and Reid's right about this. Is
He's
when
good.
when you play a certain player and that's all you know of him, it's pretty much it. I know Ian Happ and I know Meatball Hendricks. I know Ian Happ kills the Reds, but is he great outside of GABP? Probably not that great. Meatball Hendricks, when he comes to town, I know he's giving me 92 mile per hour meatballs right down the middle. And we take him for home runs every single time. But Meatball Hendricks historically has been one of the best pitchers in baseball over the past 10 years, 7 years.
He's got a 3.6 ERA. I don't know. It's pretty good. He's been pretty good. I'm trying to pull up his. But I know he has struggled. He has struggled against the Reds all time. As I'm getting to his stats.
Craig said, Elliot, I thought the season was back on. It is back on. It's back on. But they're going to lose.
It's
Until
so back
12:30.
on that the season's not going to be over if they lose today.
They're going to lose today.
I don't think so. I
gonna
think we're
lose
taking the series.
I would like to-
I think Hunter gives us 6 innings of one-run baseball, 7 strikeouts. We win 4-2.
4-2. If we're winning this game, it's 1-0.
Or we lose Hunter Greene's second ever no-hitter in Pittsburgh.
That would be tough. That would be brutal.
Kyle Hendricks' career ERA against the Cincinnati Reds is lower than Hunter Greene's career ERA. It's not good. It's a 4.26, but
So that was just an extra stray.
I'm just saying, like we talked about how Hunter Greene's the ace of all aces, and Kyle Hendricks, who's been objectively bad against the Reds, has a lower ERA against the Reds than Hunter Greene has in his career.
Yeah, but Hunter Greene's name's Hunter Greene, and the other guy's name's Meatball Hendricks. So
That's true.
I mean, what are we talking about
That's
here?
true.
Meatball Hendricks does stink.
Meatball Hendricks adds at least 1 full run to your ERA.
Yeah.
That being your nickname.
Do you guys feel more confident when Hunter Greene's on the mound or when Nick Lodolo's on the mound?
That's a good question.
That is a good question.
Nick Lodolo.
I really don't know.
Hunter Greene, when he's at his best, I think he's better than Nick Lodolo's best.
I
But I do think Hunter Greene does have the capabilities of unfortunately giving up home runs, being a little wild with it, throwing more pitches than he has to. I think the ceiling is higher for Hunter Greene, but the floor is lower than Nick Lodolo.
If I'm going to a Reds game, I'm more excited when Hunter Greene's on the mound than Nick Lodolo.
Is it because he throws harder?
That might have something to do with it. I mean, Nick Lodolo's off-speed stuff is insane, though. I mean,
Yeah.
the movement on that is second to almost none in the league. So, I mean, he has his stuff as well. So, but yeah, I still think I'm confident the Reds have a chance to win when either one is pitching.
Correct.
Which I think is a good metric for a 500 baseball team.
Yeah.
I'd agree.
We've got a 4th wicket.
Oh,
141. We're getting wickets left and right.
Wait, how many wickets are there?
I thought there was only 3.
I thought there were 3.
Well, it's T20. You guys don't know the rules of T20, and I'm not going to explain it to you because it'd just be lost on you.
Fair.
Okay.
All right.
Is T20 like the...
You need 20 wickets?
T20 wickets. 20 overs, 20 runs. 141 over 4 is what South Africa has.
Well, hopefully our math teacher that's playing center field can get a couple of hits today. They go by hits,
No runs. How many runs can you get?
so it's not hits.
Are you telling me they have to get 20 wickets? Is that what you're telling me?
No, it's T20.
I'm
Casey.
not gonna explain to you guys what T20 cricket is. All you need to know is in the cricket match we have 4 wickets right now. It's 141 over 4 crickets. 4 wickets in cricket.
How many wickets do we get at cricket?
When can we
I'm not
bat?
explaining.
When can we score runs?
When is it our turn?
When is it our
Yeah,
turn
when
to
is it
score
our-
some
Guys,
runs?
there are a max of 10 wickets.
Holy cow.
Okay.
Per team.
And that, do you have to, there being a max of 10 wickets insinuates to me that you don't have to max it out. So how many wickets till you switch it over?
How many runs do you need to get until it doesn't matter anymore?
Who's on third base?
What's on second?
What's on second?
That means there's only one batter left, therefore they are done.
I see you were waiting for the response.
Correct. Correct.
Yeah.
Oh, the max is 20 overs, and when they hit
Once
the
20 overs is reached, then
I
they
can't.
switch
I
sides.
literally can't imagine.
What is an over?
What
I
the,
don't
What the
get what you
people-
guys don't get. The
Is it
highest
like-
opening partnership's now at 125 for USA.
Plus 125?
Going the right way.
Right.
Let's rank sports. Let's rank sports.
What would you guys rather watch, the MLS or cricket?
Cricket.
Wait, we just did 5 minutes on cricket. You can't pay us to talk about the MLS. So
I mean, we've talked a lot about the MLS the past couple days.
no, we
I
talk
can't
at
imagine
the
what the
MLS.
people who are listening to this podcast, like that just downloaded the show today, didn't want to watch the YouTube. They just wanted to listen today. And we're talking legitimately 15 minutes on cricket.
And live updates.
Live updates. And none of us know a thing.
Well,
Single
that's not
thing.
true. Reid obviously has the.
I'm
ins and
not
outs
going to
nailed
explain
down.
T20s to you.
The one when Elliot was sick was worse. That's true. But continuing on here, ranking sports. Football 1. Baseball 2.
Yeah.
I'm
Basketball 3.
I'm taking basketball too. Basketball is objectively more fun to watch than baseball.
Fine.
I disagree.
Yeah, but the
Hockey is
professional
4?
basketball stinks.
So you're putting baseball 3, hockey 4. I'm
Yeah.
fine. I can be fine with that. Do you like tennis better than golf?
We should save
No.
this for a segment.
Major tennis is good. This is tease.
Okay.
Golf would be
This is deep.
golf would be right after 5th. Tennis would be after that at 6. Olympic Games. Oh, the X Games when
X
they do
Games,
the
7.
all that's 7. We'll count the whole X Games as a
Okay.
7. Any Olympic sport 8.
The 2015 reruns of World Series of Poker they have in Bally Sports Ohio when the Reds aren't playing. 9.
Don't steal my joke. Don't steal my joke.
Yeah,
Cricket.
You rip my text out of the group chat and tweet them, so we're even.
Well, yeah, because
Cricket
you don't
is-
have the gall. You don't have the gall to tweet them.
Cricket is 10. What else can we put above soccer?
What are we doing?
We're putting.
What
we're
are we
do-
doing?
We're ranking sports
We're
so
ranking
we can put
sports.
soccer outside
okay.
the top 20.
Why can't
we're
we
running
say-
out of sports to name.
Why can't we save this for everyone's top 10 sports?
But no repeats.
No repeat.
Snake draft, no repeats. Top 10 sports.
Well,
Do you want to do that? You want to snake draft real quick? We'll snake draft.
What are we doing?
We'll snake draft
What is
sports.
going on?
What are you
Let's do-
going?
We'll snake draft sports.
we should.
Elliot.
We'll do it right now. What?
What are you doing?
I'm just trying to have fun. You're doing live cricket updates and you're acting like I'm the crazy one.
153 over 4 wickets. It's crazy that I'm just like have the updates in front of me going on right now.
All right, we're snake drafting.
All right. Guys, what are you most excited about? Because you guys are going to be going down to TQL. What are you most excited about going down there? Because you have not been to. No, you have been to.
I have been.
You have been to a match. What are you most excited about going down
I'm
there? and
most
asking
I'm most excited about leaving. So right after I film the
My
video,
God.
I'm really excited about leaving.
Yeah, I have dinner reservations tonight. Where you going? 6:45.
Where you going?
6:45 at
fans? Where?
E&O. If you've ever been, there's one right by the Bengals stadium. There's one in Hyde Park. Really, really good.
Yeah,
So I'm
Craig, I
excited
know.
for that.
You had such a beautiful time at TQL when you went the one time.
I did.
Yeah.
Swaggy Play got us tickets. I had a very fun time with Swaggy Play.
My favorite thing about you
was
is that
there
you
too.
hate everything until you hate everybody and
And
you hate
everything.
everything until you either meet them or do it, and then you're like, oh, they're not that bad. And it's almost
Correct.
like you should have an open mind from the get-go.
Did you
Yeah, but
only
it's
have
more
fun
fun
with
to be
Swaggy?
negative. Huh?
Did you only have fun with Swaggy?
Yes.
Correct. That's what I said, didn't I?
This is ridiculous. I feel so called out now.
That's okay, Casey. But yeah, tonight will be interesting. I'll be curious to see the crazy fans that are doing the songs and the dances and
When
the
we
marches.
went down to the Reds, whatever that was, last Tuesday, 2 Tuesdays ago, to do Man on the Street, it was bumping 2 hours before the game.
Yeah.
2.5 hours before the game. I'm interested to see what SC Cincinnati fans are like. I know they have the pitch right across the street and a couple other bars, but I don't know what the pregame situation's like, especially on a
It's
Wednesday
just as
night.
big as
so.
the Reds.
I mean, that simply can't be true.
It
get more
is.
fans, right? To get more fans
It
per
sells
game?
out every game, Jacob.
Yeah, but like,
There's
but the people that go to the soccer games, like, do they tailgate beforehand?
yes, that's what we're going to go film is these tailgates.
I guess we'll find out.
Washington Park. We're going to be there at Washington Park.
I guess we'll
folks.
find
If
out.
you want to go down there, we'll be there.
Come,
And we're gonna
come
go
be a
march
man
with
on
them.
our street.
We're gonna go march with them afterwards too.
You
All the way to
keep
the
using
stadium.
this we.
When does the march take
When
place?
does the singing start?
The chanting.
When does the singing? When do they have a cappella practice?
The chanting starts and the marching starts at 6:30, I believe.
I can't wait for this
I'll
one
be
chant.
long gone by then.
No.
What time does it start?
6:30. I mean, brother.
Sorry, I've got trivia. I've got trivia.
Trivia.
If
This
the
is
march
trivia.
if the march ends at 7, then I'm fine. Will the march end at 7?
We're not gonna stay for the entire march. They march all the way up into the stands, the Bailey, or whatever.
Oh, I see.
While
So-
singing, right?
Yeah, while chanting.
I mean, there's just no way that looks.
Where's the singing?
Kind of.
Like, where, do they hand out like lyrics? Like, do they hand out sheets?
I'm actually reading some of them right now.
Give us one, Jim.
Give us some.
All right. There's one called "Cincy Till I Die."
You got to sing it
Ooh, I like that.
to the tune of "Mary Had a Little Lamb," please.
Well, no, it has its own tune.
Oh,
This is
okay.
like a very famous soccer chant. It's "LA, LA, LA." If you've heard that one.
Nope.
No, it's different.
Yeah, I do know that one. That's a good one. That's a good one. What's the next one?
Whatever.
That's a good
Justin
one.
Edgel gave $2 for Kevlar vests for those going to Washington Park tonight.
Oh wow!
And you can use them
Thank you,
at the
Justin.
concerts.
Kevlar vest.
So double use for the Kevlar vests. That'll be great.
How does a stray towards Cincinnati get directed right back to my hometown? And we can continue to give strays at Hamilton. You are much safer here than down
When
there.
you're talking about strays, that bullet.
Yeah, that's the joke. That's the joke that you started with. You just doubled down. You giggled at
I
the
only have a few.
You giggled at the cleverness of the joke. The problem was the joke wasn't clever. You just did the same joke twice.
I only have so many.
Listen to this. You want to see what you just did?
Jacob's richer than
When-
me, Craig.
When do they start singing? See what I did? I just did the joke again.
I liked it.
They're
First
singing
time
just
and the
double-
second time.
just
The entire
double down
time,
the joke.
Pretty much.
You want another double down on a joke? The score is 158 over 4. 158 over 4. That's
Who's
the
winning?
joke.
So who's winning?
America hasn't come to bat
We
yet.
still haven't hit.
We're still bowling.
Do you
we're
only get
still
one at
bowling.
bat?
No, you get multiple wickets.
Jimmy, what's the next song?
I don't even want to do it. I was about to do it.
Please do it. Please
then
do it. It's
you
your job
sang it
as
wrong.
intern.
You sang
I
it
can't
wrong.
wait to hear how this song gets directed back into the city that we all work in and I live in.
Let's do it.
I come in with a smile on my
All
face
right.
every morning.
Same.
All right, it's a call. The start is it's like a call and response one. So like you have to.
All right,
repeat
you
what-
call, we'll guess the response.
Okay. Yeah. Yes.
No, the response is
Repeated.
exactly what I'm saying.
Well, maybe.
Maybe, but
We'll
don't.
decide.
Okay. It starts like this.
Here we go.
I'm Cincy till I die.
Cincy till I die.
I'm dead. I'm
Don't
dead.
need a reason.
Go ahead. Do it again.
All right. Can you do it, please? It would be cool.
Yeah.
All right.
It'd be cool.
I'm Cincy till I die.
Cincy.
Don't need a reason why.
Don't need a reason why.
OFC Cincinnati.
OFC Cincinnati.
Orange and blue for life.
Orange and blue for life.
LA, LA, LA. No, it is not like that.
I joined the song when I knew what was happening.
No, we had such a good thing going. And you said LA, LA, LA wrong.
Can we do Smugger
Oh,
Pompous?
Let's do Smug or Pompous. Jacob Tissett, Elliott Rearing. Smug
Combo?
and Pompous.
Both.
I get so jaded once Hamilton gets slandered.
I didn't do it that
It's
time.
ridiculous.
I didn't do it that time.
You did it with
He
the
did
smile on your face, with the laughs.
I did laugh a little
You
bit.
were-
but
you were
that's-
complacent.
You made slandering Hamilton okay. You're the one that started this whole shebang.
I would argue Tom did it, and then I just followed his lead. That's what happened.
I don't remember slander happening until you worked here.
Right.
I love Hamilton. It's my second home. Everybody knows that.
I hate that joke.
It's not a joke.
I just wish you were honest about it. That's what I wish.
It's not a joke though. I come
It's
into
like when I
Hamilton.
call you out. Would I call you out for making fun of Hamilton?
Sure.
You
Just say I
immediately
made
go,
fun.
"I love it. I love it." Why not just own up to it? Disingenuous. Aaron Rodgers-esque. By the way, Aaron Rodgers missed practice to go do drugs.
Really?
It's a good warm-blooded American man. Ayahuasca retreat.
Ayahuasca retreat.
Oh, that's the American dream, though.
Went to another country, go do drugs. That's a good team player.
I mean,
That's a great team player.
I maybe could not be a bigger Aaron Rodgers fan.
Why?
Like every day. I love him so much. He's so funny.
He's the worst.
Give me one more. Give me one more FC Cincinnati cheer, and that's how we'll end it. Because I listen.
I just think we had.
Spoiler alert, if it has ole, ole, ole in it, we're going to do it again.
It's not Ole, it's Ale. So.
Jacob, I think we're just gonna do the Ole.
Yeah, I know you're just going to do
So
it.
just do a cheer, and we'll see if we find the Ole. If we find it in us, and we can do it.
It's Ale. A-L-L-E-Z. Ale. All right, let's see.
You got it?
I mean, there are tons.
I'm starting to get in with this FC Cincinnati thing now.
I'm
starting to like.
I actually want Jimbo to do a better lineup announcement now that he's had time to do it.
You ready?
You ready?
You got it?
ready. I want to hear it first. I know I'm good.
He's got to hear it.
He's got to hear it.
What's the score now?
I turned it off.
Why? Now the bit's over?
Yeah, I'm in a bad mood now.
This one has.
Sorry, Reid.
Not
this
as,
one has
not as
Ole.
bad of a move as when I was just negated.
This one you
talking
guys
the
will
other
be
day.
able to participate in. You'll feel really good about it.
Okay.
No, I'm sure.
Here we go. As Jimmy's
I'm
still,
waiting for him to kick it off.
Jimmy's still listening to it.
Jimmy Deaf Boy over there has got to get inside the computer to hear the video.
All right, ready?
Yeah.
Sha la 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 la.
Ole. Ole, 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 ole.
You're the worst.
I'm the best.
It would appear the FC Cincinnati fans are the worst with their 15-song album for every game.
That's fun.
Every soccer club has
That's
that. They go
fun.
the entire game.
In every soccer club.
We can make fun of the FC fans having to know lyrics to songs. You don't watch Bengals games unless your friends know the words to the touchdown song.
That is true.
Yeah, that's a
But
prerequisite.
they sing that if they lose. We don't sing touchdown song unless we score touchdowns.
Does that make it better? It's still required
I mean,
reading.
they still do the Who Dey chant when they're down by 30 points.
But only if
Jacob.
you score. Touchdown song is not just like
It doesn't go on
just
forever.
for fun.
Yeah.
Well, soccer fans cheer when they score. They chant to
get their team to score.
They chant
Yeah,
so they
to
have
get their
something to
team to
do
score.
during the 90 minutes of nothing.
Oh, come on.
Boom, baby.
That's correct. He's
He didn't
right
have the
about that.
camera switched, Elliot, so
He's-
let's do another one.
Like,
He didn't do it
And he
again.
took it back.
He didn't do it again.
do the Reds do Reds fans chant anything during the game to get the boys fired
I'm a
up?
Reds fan. That's what I
Do
am.
you truly believe that the Reds stopped playing that song because of you?
Got it. Yeah, I do. I do think that's the case.
So they don't play it anymore at the stadium.
They do not. After every loss, they play a different song.
Oh, nice.
It's like a nice little upbeat
Do you still play it
song.
after wins? They still play it after wins?
I'm a Reds fan?
No, or not at all.
They never play it again.
They never play it.
They never play it.
And that's
It's over.
strictly because of you.
Correct. I think so. I think I did that.
Congratulations.
I think, listen, we can all take credit for whatever we want to take credit for. I take credit for that.
What's the next change?
Yeah, what are you going to change with the team next?
And if you dare say Redzilla.
I think it's Redzilla. And I think
Redzilla is
it's-
the best
Redzilla's the
tradition.
greatest.
Best tradition in sports.
3.
Come on.
What?
No, it's not.
It's 3rd.
What's better?
The hot dog race or the sausage race in Milwaukee.
Nope.
Better. Mr. Freeze in
The
Atlanta.
sausage race in
Better.
Milwaukee is not the best mascot race.
Yeah, it is.
No, it's not. The President's in Nationals Park.
You're right. That is better, isn't it? Yeah, it's top 5 then for sure.
All right. We'll have a better show tomorrow, guys. I'm in it right here. Thank you for tuning in to Off the Bench, presented by United Dairy Farmers. We're so sorry. See you tomorrow. Go USA. Go Reds. Go Bengals.
Go FCC.
Go everything.
Can you
Go
give me a
FC.
cricket update?
Vamos.
I have it closed. 4 wickets, 186 over 4. I'm gonna figure out I need to get a new job. I'm pretty sure here soon because this show is something. See you tomorrow.